What's going on, guys? This podcast is brought to you by Marek Health, and I have been working with them for some time now. Now, originally, I got a whole host of blood markers checked. I had my hormones optimized. I had everything explained to me that was going wrong, that we needed to fix. And to be honest with you, this is just something that a regular doctor, family doctor, or most traditional doctors don't want to do, don't want to recommend, or even more so, just don't understand. This is my page. This is the RBP page at marekhealth.com. If you check it out, you see the different lab panels or checkup panels that you can get. Listen, one of the things that is so important about Marek is they treat everybody individually. No two people are the same, and no two people are going to get the same recommendations. This is not a cookie cutter system. This is very individualized, and that is the most important. You're not going to get this type of nuance in any other place that you go to, and that's why I've chosen them to work with. This is about taking a completely healthy athlete and optimizing their nutrition and optimizing their health, optimizing their hormones to make sure they can succeed faster and better than the average guy who does not know what's going on with their body. Guys, check out marekhealth.com/RBP. Use code RBP at checkout and learn how to get your body in sync so you can keep growing and keep being the best you can be.
Lads.
Boys, it's been a while. How are you?
Yeah.
Roman,
I'm good.
You're an Olympia now. What the fuck? Hey.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No,
man.
turn it back the other way. What did you? Oh, there you go. Okay. What?
Yeah, but it says.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
You're
good now.
Good. Oh, good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, man. Finally.
How many years have you been a pro?
The first time at 2009, then 2013.
Isn't it fucking awesome? How does it feel, man? It's been like fucking.
Finally, yeah. Man, it was honestly on stage, when I was on stage, because I was visualizing beforehand, you know, how would I feel when I win? Would I be like cry or scream? I saw Crizo win the Spain Pro, and he was screaming like, yeah, like he scored a goal in soccer, you know.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie always drops to the floor. Other people, you know, and I was like, how would I react? So I tried to imagine that. And then when I realized I won, I was so torn between all those emotions, you know. I didn't react.
Didn't know what to do. You didn't do anything.
I was just, my mind
it
was just stuck.
Seriously?
You know, it was like, okay.
Yeah, because you kind of anticipated something, but you didn't know which way to go, and then you just don't know. You're just like, oh.
And then I was like, I better congratulate all the other guys.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Roman, let me ask you this. I've done shows before, usually amateur shows I'm talking about, where I'm like, okay, like when I finally got my pro card, I went into that show thinking, okay, I think I'm going to win this show. Like, I think I have this one. So when I won, it was still like really joyous because I got my pro card, but it was like, you kind of expect it. When you did this show, is it like, did you look at the show and go, I think I have this one? Like, did you kind of already know before going on?
I knew. The first time I was planning on winning the show was when I took second to Andrea.
Oh, to Andrea, sorry. You beat Amir. That's right. Yeah.
I took second to Andrea, and then I thought, so there's another show in 3 weeks. I beat everyone.
Yeah. So
basically, I'm next in line. And then I went into that show and I was thinking, what if this guy enters and what if this guy enters? And then the Jose Ma, whatever his name is.
Oh, the Spanish guy.
You know, yeah, he beat
me. He's so
young. He beat me at the M Pro.
Yeah, that's right.
But he skipped the Portugal one.
Yeah.
So that made it a little bit.
But can I tell you something? Can I tell you something though, Roman? Your posing changed dramatically from the M Pro to the which one did the big man?
Big man, yeah.
Your posing was so different. So I don't know if I don't know if that's why, but like you went from posing really small at the M Pro to like you opened up at the big man and you all of a sudden look bigger.
Yeah, so, I got to thank you for that. I got to thank Milos.
Yeah.
And I got to thank Jack Sullivan, the head judge of the Portugal show, because he really took time out.
Did he tell you the same thing?
Yeah, he really took time out of his schedule. And he's like, you fix your side poses.
Yep.
And you're a winner.
Yeah.
And then I texted him on Instagram. So tell me how I'm fixing my side poses. And he sent me pictures of bodybuilders, with arrows on it and you got to turn like this, and you got to be square and everything. So I sent him what I was doing. He's like, oh yeah, that's better, but change this, and then maybe you should sit down a little lower and blah blah. And then I was like, okay. And then he finally said, okay, you got it. Do it like this. Yeah.
Okay.
One of the
thank you, Jack.
One of the biggest things I saw at the M Pro was like you were keeping your legs almost straight up and down to your body.
Mm-hmm.
So it was making you look really like slim.
Yeah.
Instead of like kicking your knee out, you know what I mean? It's like, you almost like taking your shape away instead of adding shape.
Mm.
And so anyway, so you went on, since Jose was there, did you still think you could beat him, or were you like, maybe not?
I thought maybe not, but because first of all, he already beat me.
Yeah.
And then I thought, obviously, the Spanish judges want him to win.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would be a big story. Do you think that's really real? I don't know if that's really real. James.
Well, no, Roman's proved it's not.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Exactly.
But you do feel that way. Do you feel that way?
Do you feel that way?
Yeah. If I go to Europe, I'm like, if someone's in that country, I'm like, oh shit.
I think you have that fear that might be the case.
Yeah,
like you're like, oh, I hope it's not. Like I hope they don't.
Yeah.
Like I would subconsciously feel more confident in England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when people did the Arnold UK last year, I was like, yeah, I'm going to look good at this show because it's in England.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this. I don't know if it's like for people watching, like fans wondering. I wouldn't say it's like definitely a political thing, but I would think that as a person from that country, you're going to get the judge's look. You'll at least get you'll get a good look.
And I think the audience will definitely generate a lot of positivity towards you.
I think if it's 50-50 straight down the line, it's very, very, very close. Subconsciously, they could lean towards the home guy,
to the homeboy.
Exactly. That's
but
what
I don't know. Like,
it's not like they don't go in and thinking, I'm gonna put the Spanish guy definitely above all the Germans.
Yeah.
But like Ben said, if it was between me and Jose and it's really close, if there is a panel of 7 judges and 4 of them are from Spain, it's probably gonna go Jose's way.
The patriotic side, the patriotism's gonna stand up for the Spanish.
Yeah. I think Ben's right. It's probably more subconscious than anything.
Yeah, like it's not deliberate.
Yeah, because I know
they're not sitting around a table going, right, we're gonna fucking.
If we got a Spaniard in here, we're definitely giving him the first place. I
know I've talked to Paul about it, and Paul almost goes out of his way to do the opposite.
Yeah, penalize him.
No. I don't want to say penalize, but like he goes out of his way to be as objective as possible so that it doesn't appear that way. Yeah. So anyway, so after prejudging, did you think you're going to win then?
When they pulled me and Emir for the last comparison, I thought, okay, I had that. I have it. Mine.
Okay, so
go
ahead. No, go ahead.
And then I almost fucked up my posing when we did the final comparison because I was because I was excited and then I forgot to flex a couple muscles. I was like,
Oh, I
You
saw
know?
that. You wrote that. You forgot to flex your glutes.
Yeah, you can see it. My ass is hanging down.
No, it's not.
I'm
It's
only-
still shredded, dude. It's not hanging
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Dude, even when you don't flex your ass, it's still shredded. It doesn't.
Yeah, your
fucking-
level of condition is
Yeah.
is pretty. You're the one person that can get away with just standing still.
Yeah. So the reason I'm asking you all these questions is maybe that's why when they called you the winner, you didn't have the reaction you wanted to have, because maybe you kind of expected it already. Like you kind of like knew you had it.
You know what? After I saw a video like in between prejudging and finals of exactly that, me not flexing my glutes. And then I sat there the whole time thinking,
That's fucked me.
I blew it. I didn't flex my ass. I fucking blew it.
I love
And
it. You're so crazy.
Emir has got the best, has got amazing glutes, and I didn't flex mine. They're probably gonna give it to him. It's like that was. I thought I had it, and then
I don't
all
think
the time in between, I was like,
One
They threw
flex
it away.
away.
no disrespect to Amir. I think he's a great bodybuilder and he's young and he's going to be fucking incredible as he gets older. But I did think you decisively had it. Like I don't know what the score sheets looked like. I don't know if you had straight firsts or not, but like
yeah.
I thought you decisively had it. Like not flexing your glute is not. I don't think would have changed the outcome anyway. So
Him and his friend certainly didn't think so.
of course they're his friends. Of course they're not going to be like
Him and his friend that was at the show.
Yeah,
certainly didn't think so because
Why?
they did a video. They did a video.
Yeah.
Obviously, after the show, they were all like, "Oh man, Roman, well, congratulations," and blah blah. And Emir is like, "Oh man, I'm gonna come over." He only lives 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna come over and you're gonna teach me how to train legs and everything. Yeah, blah 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 blah. I'm wiping his sweat,
Yeah.
backstage. I'm
Yeah.
helping him.
Yeah.
And then they do a video after the show saying how great Emir was, how shit I am, how even more shit all the others were, and that I didn't deserve to win. And it was a little, because I've already beaten him before, the judges already decided in their heads that I was going to beat him again. And that's kind of like a quote, I was like 2 levels above everyone, and then there is Roman 2 levels below me, and then there's all the other guys below him.
No way.
I've heard things like that said about me as well. It's like, it's
All I can say about that Roman is I think he's like 23 or 24 years old, and he probably doesn't understand respect yet. But
yeah, and people so they get angry at themselves for not winning, so then they kind of take it out on them.
they gotta make excuses or whatever. Like Amir, if you're watching this, dude, I think respect goes a long way in a very, very fucking small sport where everybody knows everybody. And fuck, dude, also think of this. Roman's, you've been around for fucking 10 years, bodybuilding, more. So it's like, instead of making a video like that, you should look at it like, well, I'm just starting.
Yeah, I'm already doing good against these
and I'm
guys.
already doing good against a veteran. Maybe I should congratulate him for finally getting to Olympia instead of, that's kind of shitty, but who cares? I mean, you move on, right? Everybody says what they're going to say.
Right, going to the Olympia, bro.
It goes on. Listen, here's another one. He's like, yeah, all respect to Roman and congratulations on the win. I hope he enjoys his time at the Olympia. I hope he has fun. This is the highlight of his career, and it's certainly not going to get any further or anything beyond that.
It's just a bitter.
That's normal, though. I get that. I get that. And then I got
over.
to the Olympia a second time, and people shout.
It's a bitter. You know what? It's just a bitter young. It's showing his age. That's all it is. It's somebody showing. It's just somebody showing their age, dude. I wouldn't even pay attention to it. You
got more people. You got more people that are happy for you than they're not.
How old?
Yeah.
How old are you, Roman?
35.
Yeah, just be 35 and let him be 25 or whatever he is. It's fine. That's
23.
Yeah.
But I have to say one more thing. I have, to all the people, everyone out there who has messaged me and reached out and congratulated me on Instagram and all that, I've gotten so many messages on my email, on my WhatsApp, on my regular folders, on my other folder.
Yeah.
It was just overwhelming. I could not. the scroll was forever. I didn't even know.
Roman, you're a
So many
bodybuilder's,
messages.
you're a like the bodybuilder's bodybuilder, you know?
Yeah, yeah. People are
Like, and
happy for you, dude.
a lot of us have grown up with you being like the next big thing, and then it's been like a long time coming. So I think this is like that kind of emotion that you felt, we've all felt as well. Because I remember like from the animal day, like early on, you know, and James can speak this from where he competed you back in what 2009, even like way back then.
Oh yeah, because me and
Like,
Roman met each other back then.
yeah, it's like I think every single bodybuilder, whether they're a pro or an amateur, respects you just for the way you live your life. And I think they've seen that. And then it's been like, oh, he never quite like fulfilled that win to get to the O. And now I think everybody is really happy for you.
Now nothing can take that away.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the way I look at it, like for my own self personally, is I've always thought that you're a great bodybuilder, but I'm like, can you stop working out fucking twice a day? Stop fucking over dieting so we can see how great you really are. And I feel like you finally, even though you're still working out twice a day, you finally peaked perfectly. Like your peak was perfect.
I remember last year, and you were like, I think you sent me pictures, and you were like 250 something, and I'm like, okay, no more, don't drop any more weight, Roman. I'm like, enough. And you're like, no, I have to go down. I have to get down. No more. And you were what on stage? You were like over 260, right? 267 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but last year you were like high 230s or something like that on stage, weren't you? Or low 240s.
I was 230 something in Tampa.
Yeah.
You know? And then Ben helped me to gain like how much weight did we put on in the 1 week? 13 pounds or something like that.
It was around 13 or 14 pounds difference. And you went from like the third call out right all the way up. It was a much better look. Because I was like, you have all the muscle. Like you're a big man. You have no reason to be that light on stage. You're a big guy.
So that's the most interesting part to me, Roman. What clicked from last year to this year that made you finally like not push yourself so far deep into the diet? Because like we've all seen you in the off season, like you're shredded at like 280. So like
I was 296. Can you imagine before the Tampa in the off season? I was 296.
Yeah.
With lines through his
but
glutes.
you had lines in your glutes. So we're all like, why are you dieting? So what made you not like push yourself to that extreme this year?
So in between the last year's shows, because I did 5, I did 3 afterwards. Yeah. And I looked pretty, I gradually got a little heavier, looked a little more muscular in every show. Yeah. And then I took some time, off gear, and then figured, okay, I'm going to do the next one in whatever is next, in Europe. Yeah. So I pushed my weight. I think I got up to like 285 or something like that.
Is that while you were off still?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was already, yeah.
Okay.
I took a couple of weeks off only.
Yeah. Okay.
And I pushed my weight to like 285, and then I said, okay, my limit is 120 kilos. I don't know how much that is in
It's like
pounds.
260 pounds, 260, I think. No, 252.
No, it's more.
It's 2.2. It's 2.2. So it's 240. It's 264. 264.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Probably. Let me hear. I'm gonna do it just to make sure.
We got to do the math now. We have to. It feels like unanswered.
It is. It's
264.
Okay, so I said, this is going to be my limit this year. I'm not going any lower.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens. I'm not going any lower.
Okay, that's why.
And then I stopped right there.
Okay.
And I looked good. And my wife said, this is how you're gonna go. You're not gonna go any lower.
Good.
So I was still like, oh man, but I have a wrinkle here, and when I twist this way, then my
eyelid is fat right here.
Yeah. And she's like, no.
He's like, my skin. I gotta get rid of my skin.
This is enough. This is enough.
So you just arbitrarily picked the number. It wasn't like you met a new coach. It wasn't like you just picked the number. You're like, fuck it. That's where I'm staying.
Yeah, because I compared the pictures from last year
Yeah.
and
By the way,
said,
anyone listening,
here,
no one do this. Nobody do
No,
this.
no.
No
Roman
one should.
Roman can do this because he's already like 6% body fat when he's like 285. Like nobody else should pick the number thing. And no.
yeah, I looked. I have, you know, I have the journal here. I always write everything down, and I have the videos, my posing videos along with it. And I figured, okay, man, here I weighed 122.5, and then next week I weighed 121.8, and so on. And then I looked at the video, I looked at the journal, and you know, and I figured, okay, at 120, I'm looking good.
I see what you did.
This is where I'm gonna go. So this is where I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna go any lower. And I'm just gonna see what happens.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you did that for the M Pro, and then you had 2 more shows after that, were you happy with the way you looked at the M Pro, like conditioning wise, not posing, like your conditioning, or did you push it further when you went to the other shows?
At the M Pro on stage, I thought, yeah, maybe a little more, but it was more like a carb up thing.
Yeah.
What I didn't like at the M Pro was that I had my stomach was a little bit more distended, because I looked big and everything, you know.
Yeah.
But my stomach was a little bit more distended because I did the carb up a little too
early.
Nah, with foods that did not agree perfectly.
Like what? Too much. Like what? Just curious. What do you mean? Like what did you eat that you don't normally eat?
Too much cake and ice cream.
Oh, you went dirty bulk. You went dirty load.
Yeah, too much, you know, and it wasn't like it was kind of similar what Ben and I did. I just ate
way too much. Yeah.
No, yeah, without really tracking stuff.
Okay. So you took what Ben did and you eliminated Ben's portion and you just did what
the way wait, hang on.
No.
The reason he did that was because he was 238 the week before.
I know.
I spent like 4 days trying to convince him to eat, and he's like, not yet.
I know.
Not yet. I'm like, Roman, it's Monday, let's eat. He's like, not yet. Thursday. Yeah. I'm like, actually, no, you were like, let's do Friday. I'm like, can we go like Thursday midday? Can we? And I was trying to like negotiate getting it like sooner and sooner with him.
So did you do the same dirty bulk for the other 2 shows? You just pulled it back a bit, or did you do a cleaner load?
I did kind of like a cleaner load.
A little bit of both.
But for example, I only did 1 McDonald's meal before bed, and then 1 McDonald's on show day before in the morning, and the other meals were all like rice and real rice.
That's pretty.
Actually.
Yeah, no, that's
wow. You really real rice.
Not real rice.
What do you mean? Is there fake rice?
He's rice cakes.
No, Roman wouldn't eat rice.
Famous rice cake.
I don't know this story. You don't eat rice?
Not if I can avoid it.
Why?
Yeah.
You eat pasta.
Yeah, but pasta's better than rice.
Wow.
So I ate real rice, and then like Frosties, you know, Frosted Flakes,
yes,
and all that.
Yeah. With milk.
That was my carb up. Like basically rice,
cereal.
Did
you have
apple
milk?
pie.
Did you have milk with the cereal?
No, I used whey protein.
Okay.
Whey protein isolate.
Jesus, Roman.
Apple pie filling, you know, all the carb.
That's an old school. That apple pie filling is that's like the early 90s shit.
Remember, Ben, when I had the blood sugar crash and I ate like 3 or 4 cans in one sitting?
Yeah. I've still got a couple of cans from when you were here that we left at the house.
They'll last till the apocalypse.
Because we got like 8, 9, 10 of them. It's still out there.
Roman, you have to explain to me. I need to go back to this. So we have to explain to me the rice pasta thing. What's wrong with rice? You just don't like the taste, or is it like something you don't digest it well?
No, I digest it perfectly. That's why I'm eating it in the off season, but it's not like when I hear people say, "Oh man, my coach is giving," like for example, when I watched James's video, the last one he did where he puts the beets and the carrots and then blah blah, and I was like, oh,
fuck that.
Because he's off, he's off because of his surgery.
Yeah.
So he's got to lower his calories.
Yeah.
You know what I think basically, but I assume, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would never sacrifice a calorie that is limited for rice. You know what I mean?
So what would you have instead?
Yeah, I'm still lost. I don't understand.
Yeah, maybe like I said, pasta or rice cakes or potatoes or cereal or oats.
Is it because you like them better, or you think they're better sources?
No, I just like them.
Okay. Well, that's easy.
Just
say that from the beginning. I hate rice. It sucks. I thought it was I thought it was a nutritional thing or a digestive.
No, not at all.
I've never seen so many rice cakes. His tongue
He's literally
and
Mr. Rice
his
Cake.
mouth must be cast iron.
Yeah. That's callous.
Incredible. Yeah.
That's good, man. Look, so you're going.
My
to
wife likes that.
Yeah. Well,
The thing is, the rice cakes. I get the rice cakes in America because they have really nice rice cakes, but I find the European ones they're like something from World War One. They're really not that good. Like they're not crunchy. They don't have a lot of flavor. Like your ones over in America, like where Ben is, for example, you get really good ones.
You know what happens when I get rice cakes? I eat too many because they taste too good. That's problem.
Another problem.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
World War One, I found a package, like a little thing of my grandpa. It's like a tin can.
Yeah.
And it says Coca-Cola. So chocolate. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I think, they gave the German soldiers, they gave them
like
they
meth.
gave them yeah. And it's called Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You've got some.
I'm pretty fucking sure there's cocaine in it.
Yeah. Or meth. Go take some.
Give it a dab.
Go.
Bring it to the Olympia and just pre-game.
Go eat a piece. See what happens.
Carve up on that before prejudging.
Where did you find that?
In the basement at home.
What the fuck? Listen, Roman, you know what my next question is going to be, right?
Yeah. No. Tell me.
No. You didn't?
Oh, if we have sex every day?
You know that's the question. Come on. The day of your victory, did you have sex?
Yes. But before the show.
Before the night show or before the prejudging?
They did all in one.
Oh, they did it all at once.
Yeah.
So before the show, you had to have sex.
But before your final coat of tan, you
dry you out.
Were you already had another coat? You should have another coat of tan spot on, right?
Were you already tan?
Yeah, I had to put on another. Okay. We always do one coat the day before at night, and then I shower it off.
And then have sex.
And there's the gap.
Yeah.
Right there.
The window of opportunity.
Yeah.
Whose idea is it at that point? Is it hers or yours?
This week, it was hers.
Aren't you like, I'm competing in an hour? Can you fucking wait till after?
No, it would have been too late.
Why? Don't you want to have celebration sex?
I'm too. When you're dehydrated at some point.
You're like, fuck it, I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like in an empty garden hose.
No, but I got to tell you that. So the horniest I've ever been in my life is when I'm depleted and dehydrated after a show.
You get a bit of chocolate.
And then I eat like a slice of pizza and drink some fucking water, and then I'm just, I need to go now.
So mine was there's a window there as well, because if you don't stop eating,
go into a food coma.
You get horny, but you're so fat and bloated. You're like,
you're like a whoopee cushion.
Like you're on top, love. You're get on. Get on and don't rock too hard because my stomach's here.
James, I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, man. How you been?
Good. Just busy day today. I just got back from that event that Samson's up. I was just with him a moment
Yeah,
ago.
what was I think they asked us to sponsor that. What was that again?
That's the True Athlete. It's there's
That's
like
right.
a show today. So I was actually just there.
That's right.
Just got home. I'm like, oh, tiring talking to a lot of people. It was nice to see everybody though.
How busy was it? Did you get stopped for a million photos or what?
I got stopped quite a lot, more than I expected. I didn't even get into like the actual hall where the event was happening for about 4 hours.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice. It was good to catch up with people.
It's
So.
nice. It's nice to see people that I don't know if you guys experience the same thing I do, but there's a lot of bullshit online. And when you get out to an event and you get to meet people, it's actually really nice to when you realize that like
Oh, absolutely. You see through the shit then.
A whole bunch of people appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, they appreciate us. I'll tell you now, the majority of people today that come up to us speak of the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
So just so you know. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. But James, you have a whole bunch of other stuff going on that I've been seeing. You got like this partnership with JP
Jordan,
and you got looks like you have some clothing stuff going on. Like
yeah, man.
You're
like
busy. You're busy working
busy.
on the business of bodybuilding.
Trying, very busy, very, very busy. There's got the gym opening in December. So that's kind of why we're at this event. I'm there again tomorrow. We're doing a talk, me and Jordan, about business and bodybuilding. So
you're doing like a on stage seminar kind of
thing.
thing.
Like an open talk. So we're there for that.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So yeah, and then the clothing is just like something we've been working on a while. It's been going for a while, it's doing okay. It's just like a smart wear. So yeah, just got a lot, and then I do some clothing on my own, like we do.
Well,
we just throw out a few things.
Wait a sec! Don't gloss over everything so quick. So how's the gym going? Have you bought all the equipment already?
Yeah, majority's there. We're just literally waiting for an order from Prime. Like our Atlantis kit's there, Cybex kit's there. We got a lot of kit.
Roman's going to say what I was going to say. Is it? I heard Prime takes forever to get anything from them.
Oh, mate, literally, like the lead times are less.
I didn't hear Prime. It takes forever. I ordered the Prime row, the seated row.
It's like 13 months.
They said 7.
Yeah. Said 7.
And after 7 months, I'm asking,
where is it?
Yeah, they're like, maybe another 3. So
my Prime shit took fucking 10 months to get here.
And then, maybe another 3.
No way.
So
the lead times are very, very long.
It took a year.
Why does everybody put up with that? There's so many places to get equipment. Is like I've used Prime stuff. It's pretty good, but it's like wait, I don't know. I wouldn't wait a year for
that's why I've got a majority of equipment, because it's like worst case scenario, if it didn't turn up on time, there's plenty of other stuff to use.
What's the bulk? Yeah. What's the bulk of the stuff you got, James? Is it mostly Atlantis?
Mostly Atlantis at the minute, yeah. The Prime order is big though as well. The Prime order is big, so once that does come, it is quite a lot of pieces of equipment.
You're not a big.
What's the gym called, anyways?
It's trained by JPX Shed, so it's my name and his name kind of together.
Cool.
It's just a collabo. So it's just literally just move on. Let's not get too creative here. Let's just call it what it is.
What are people going to call it? You think? Because like,
are they call it the Shed?
They're going to call it the Shed.
Yeah, Jordan calls it the Shed as well. He's like, I want to train at the Shed, blah blah blah. So it's quite cool. So
do I get a fucking royalty for calling you the Shed first?
Hey, listen. I don't know who actually called me the Shed first, because
it was
this
me.
is an argument. Well,
it was me, because it was me and Luke on the podcast.
Yeah, but then you remember that Dave Palumbo couldn't pronounce my name properly, so he kept saying Shed accidentally.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
He said Hollingshead.
That's what I thought it was, right? Because I think Paul one day said Hollingshead.
Yeah, and what?
And I started making fun of him. I'm like, it's not Hollingshead, it's Hollingshead.
I know.
And then I said to Luke, and then Luke started fucking laughing at me, and he
would have let you keep saying it, and he would have never said anything because he's a fucker.
Fucking Dave Palumbo beat me again.
Dave might have actually won that race, but we won't give him too much credit on that one. But yeah, it's coming together really well. I'm in charge of all the cosmetic side as well. Is absolutely on me, because Jordan wants nothing to do with that, because he doesn't like design. So
wait a minute, that's actually interesting. So Jordan has given you free reign to pick like the colors, the layout.
Yeah, I've got free reign. I've chose the colors, the materials, the text on the walls that I want.
So what is Jordan? Jordan just wants to like invest and be there?
We're just 50-50, and then the rest is the rest. He's very good with the legal side of things, sorting out leases and shit like that, and the stuff that I wouldn't want to do. Sure. And then when it comes to like physical hands-on, like seeing people at the gym, being present and stuff, we're not really obligated to be there, but I will be there because that's the part of what I like doing. When we opened Kings back in the day, I was there a lot, and I think it's very important to have yourself there to create like a culture. So
100%.
So we have our kind of we have different strengths. Jordan's, very good with business. I'm not. I know I'm not. But I am great at sustaining a morale and creating a place.
James,
so
I'll tell you this: you got the fun job for sure out of the two of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to,
because I know my company.
Dude.
I'm like, I get the fun shit. I don't do.
Bro, I see the stress with Jordan. I talk to Jordan like daily, and I'm like, and I know he's chasing solicitors, and I'm like, yeah, rather you than me, bro.
Yeah.
So no, it's really good. It's a great opportunity.
I'm back in the UK for Christmas, Jim. So
then you can come.
We're gonna be there. No, we're gonna be there before.
When is it?
We're gonna be
December
there before
is
that.
when we open.
Yeah, but the gym's opening in December.
Yeah, but we'll be there to see James.
And he's like, we get access anyway because we're us.
Yeah, we'll get in.
We'll just come. We'll just turn up, knock on the door. Yeah, so that's going on, and then
it's in Cheltenham, right?
Yeah, Cheltenham, which is a really lovely part of England. Actually, it's like the Cotswolds, not far from there. So it's like really.
James, how far is that from Samson?
Quite far.
Is it
but
really?
We can get him over. Yeah, he doesn't
3
mind
hours.
the car.
Well, because I wanted to because I thought it'd be fun to come over, like not when he's really close to the show, because I don't want to interrupt his prep, like when he's like within 4 weeks.
Yeah,
but maybe somewhere between the 8 and 4 week mark. I thought it'd be fun to come over with Ben and like do some training and shit.
Yeah,
like,
do that, man. Like
you can show us around London. We can go for tea.
Absolutely.
Roman's in prep too. Get Roman in.
Yeah.
What show are we talking about?
The Olympia.
The Olympia.
Ah, okay, because I thought it was in December.
No, it's November 5th.
Yeah, no, what he said is he's going to come over to the UK beforehand, though.
Yeah, but we're getting early access. James just
early
said.
access. Yeah, it'll be in a state that's considerably good by then. So don't worry about that. I've actually got quite artistic with it. I've been like doing all the sketches myself and stuff. It's quite fun.
Show me. Do you have any like freehand stuff?
Not to my hands. No, I've just got notes, mate. You don't want to see.
I want to see what you got.
I'll show you when I'm more prepared. But I've been doing some some stuff on my phone, some design and stuff as well.
All right, next podcast, send me the stuff first.
So you get the dibs, first dibs.
We'll show everybody. No, let's give people like a little.
We will because we've just created the Instagram page actually for Yannick actually created the Instagram page for the gym now, and we have the domain, the email and stuff. So there is an Instagram page if people want to follow for updates.
What's the Instagram page?
It's Trained by JP X Shed Official.
1 second.
I'll go follow it.
There's nothing on there now, but you can see. You can obviously see the page. I haven't put nothing on there yet.
Guys, I've got Olympia questions for you.
1 second before you do that. 1 sec, Roman.
What is the Instagram?
Trained by JP X was TB JP X.
Oh, that's why TB
Yeah, and then X.
Official. Oh, official. Put the official after it because
we just started the page. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. Look, live on air follow. Well, live on air for us follow.
Anybody watching that wants to visit JP and James's gym, because it's going to be a destination gym whether you're from the UK or not.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be that.
This is the page. Follow the page. Go visit. They're open in December, but me and Ben are going to get early access.
100%. Then obviously the only other things that's really been going on is just trying to.
Wait, we were talking about so the gym. And then you also have the clothing, the nice clothing. What was that?
Yeah, nice clothing. Louis Arjuna.
That's it. How's that?
My two friends. Pretty good. Not too bad. We're expanding all the time. Just it's a slow burner, really, because it's a new business and we're not that clued up. I'll be honest. We're learning. Can
I ask you something, James? So there's a couple companies that are in that space that I can think of,
Father Sons,
and there's another one that True Classic. True Classic.
Okay, so I haven't heard of that.
They're not in the bodybuilding space, but True Classic make clothing. Like this is a True Classic t-shirt, and I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by them anymore, so it's not a plug. I just really like their clothing, and it's good for like bigger guys.
Yeah. So
they have like button downs and stuff that are like made for like bigger guys, and they kind of like they're comfortable to wear. Is that company that you're with, Louis Arjuna? Are they more of like a fitted style like Father Sons? Because Father Sons I have to order like a 4X. It still fits.
They are, but they're not as tight as Father Sons. We've made our stuff
a little bit looser,
and the material not so like strict. We have more stretch to our stuff, I've noticed.
Okay.
I find it way more comfortable. I've had some father sons in the past. They've sent me stuff in the past. They're nice people, good people.
They're in
I've got
Romford,
nothing-
right? They're
Yeah,
based in
they're great.
Romford.
They're great guys, and they've got a really good catalog. And again, it's a space that multiple people can exist, so I don't mind. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, ours is just I find it just a little bit lighter. Listen, they've got such a vast range. They everything that we do, they will do as well, essentially, because they're just so big. But you know, we're just doing our thing.
I think my thing is, as a bigger guy, I just want to be able to wear something that's not tight.
Yeah, restrictive.
You know what I mean?
I hate feeling restricted.
Because that's why, like, when I wear Fatherson stuff, even when I get the 4X shit, it feels tight.
Yes, I found the material's just a bit dense. Like, it's not got a lot of give. So the thing that we always do with our products when we get them sent through, even in there, like when we're looking at our prototypes and stuff, is we do test them all, and we send them back and we get the materials adjusted to suit what we want. It's actually really thorough. Like me, Louis, and Arjun, we have like sit downs and really do run through the quality control of the product. You know, it's a small company and it's not doing anything massive yet, but there's a lot of investment in like care, which is the main thing. And you know, a lot of people wear the stuff, and it's good, and it's nice to have the option to dress like that. I don't do it often, but it is nice when you have your own stuff available to wear to like an important event or something.
It's hard to find stuff when you're a bigger guy. So there's another one from the UK too. I think it's called Oxcloth.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that
other
one.
companies.
Well, they're they're not. What I'm trying to say about those other companies is, even though they're made for guys who work out,
But they suck.
they don't. I don't want to say they suck. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody. I'll just say they're not made for bigger guys. Like they're made for like athletic guys, not bodybuilders. And I think that's the difference. It's like,
it's also like considering some of the taller guys, people like Jamie Johow, like we sent him a few items because we wanted to check that we could even cater to people of his size. And unfortunately, he had a few pieces and was really happy with them. So
that's cool.
Yeah, man. So
and then you have your own t-shirt stuff going on.
Yeah, just like, you know, it's just your standard merch, and I'm just throwing around some ideas that I've been doing myself, like that. Like, again, just little templates that I've been fucking around with that I can pursue if I wish to, and then actually make better than they are. But I just do little drops here and there, and then they usually do quite well for a drop, and then I leave it for a bit and then do another drop. People are really supportive.
You know what I realized Mike is doing? I thought was I don't think it would work for every business, but it might work for you, James. Is he does a lot of pre-order stuff.
Yeah,
like he'll put out a design and pre-order, and then he'll sell however many he's going to sell.
Yeah,
and then he'll make them.
A lot of people do that. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Well, mine's simple. I've got a very good setup myself because I actually have a company that has stock and then prints to make.
Oh, nice.
So again, so if you don't, those are the two options I would go for: the pre-order or this order. If you're having to buy, you know, the items and then a little bit different.
That's
what
I did.
A bit more risk. Yeah.
When I started,
you can when you're established. If you get to a certain level, you can.
No, now of course. But I'm talking about when I started HOSSTILE. Before the supplements, I was buying all the clothing.
Well, I think that's what like Gymshark. I think that's what Bennett Gymshark used to do. The guy that owns that, he used to just buy all these vests and then do it himself. And like same thing. So there's obviously many ways to approach the business. It's just you want to try and make it as seamless as possible. Your potential for profit is obviously higher if you are obtaining the items themselves yourself.
Yeah.
But then the workload stresses.
You gotta. It's tough though. You gotta be careful. For people watching that one, might want to start their own clothing line. It's like, sure, if I buy the items myself, it might be a little bit more profit. But like you said, now I got to put the time to get them printed, package them, send them all out. I got to take care of customer service, all that stuff. So it's like,
there's a lot of work.
There's a lot more that goes into it than just having a third party take care of it for you.
Exactly. So, and then on top of that, then you've got to think about what's your next competition. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like in my head, like all these things we're juggling.
Oh, if you're actually still competing, yeah.
Then it's like, okay, well, I want to do the Arnold Classic. Yeah. Like, so okay, then I need to get myself fucking nailed in.
Yeah.
And make sure that I'm prime and ready for that shit because I've just come out of surgery and I've just recovered fully now and I can train now. Tonight will be my first chest workout since I had the surgery.
Oh, good.
So just trying to get everything rolling again, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. So how much is Yannicka helping with like all the business stuff? Is she
a lot? Yeah.
Okay.
She will have a position within the business to help, make sure, PA kind of thing.
Make sure she signs a prenup.
Yeah, man.
Just joking.
Yeah, no, I'm making sure. I'm making sure.
No,
joking. But she's assisted me very heavily. Like, you know, Jordan and Corinne are great. They work together in their business kind of ventures. Yannicka and I do the same. You know, if there's things I can't quite configure or figure out, Yannicka's there to step in and help. So she's very available.
Dude,
I'd be fucked without her.
Yeah, no,
you know, you're the same. You're the same. I know you.
Yeah,
know.
Women are much better at detail and organization than men are.
Yeah,
and they can be asked. They can be asked.
And you know what? They can multitask, and we cannot.
Yeah, we can't.
Like, you have to give me one thing at a fucking time. I'm like, wait, stop. I'm dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
And don't need to be like, yeah, well, I'm dealing with all of this, so fuck you. I'm like, oh, yeah.
For me,
yeah. When you ask a woman what they're actually up to, they're normally the list is massive, and they're like, "Oh, I'm glad I ain't a woman."
Yeah,
you realize that you go, "Fucking hell."
For me, it's the detail for me that I can't, because I'm like, I always see things from like a larger picture,
broader, like a.
And Summer sees every fucking minute
nook and cranny, interest, all the little intricacies that matter.
Yeah. So. Roman, you're going to ask some Olympia questions. Hit me. You look bored.
Yeah. So first of all of you guys, you've been at the Olympia.
Ben's like, I've been at the
Olympia.
Do
they pay like? How do they pay do they pay my flight?
They give you a certain amount. They'll give you like $750 towards flight.
So they just give it. They give me the money.
Yeah,
you get an envelope. You get an envelope when you go to the athlete registration. It'll have cash in it, I believe.
Yeah.
They'll give it to you.
That's for
spend it on the crack.
That's for like a partial payment for your, or partial. I shouldn't say partial. It's like your allowance for your flight plus your allowance for the hotel. Yeah,
it works. Put it this way, it's hard. It's for us, Robert. It's a bit harder because we're international. It doesn't go a long way, unfortunately. When if you're doing domestic, it's quite nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and where with the hotel and everything? Do they book a room for me, or do they do?
They do your room. They do a room. They do a room at the host hotel,
but it's only 3 nights,
hotel
right?
room. Yeah,
but
that room.
James, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. You'll get. Sorry,
no. Sorry, one second. I just want to ask because I did this at the Arnold. I don't know if you can do it at the Olympia. Can you request the money from the hotel so you can get an Airbnb?
I don't know, honestly.
Because I did that at the Arnold. I said I'm not going to stay at that hotel. Can I get the money for the hotel instead?
I know what you can do is they give you 3 nights, right? So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What you can do is say I'm coming in Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever, and then you give them their credit card, and they'll put the other 2 or 3 nights on.
So it's all booked together,
You're booking,
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is most guys don't want to stay in a hotel because there's no kitchen.
You want cooking appliances.
Yeah. So so if you want to stay in an Airbnb, you might want to ask them, say, look, do you mind if I just get the same allowance that you're paying towards the hotel? Do you mind if I get that? Airbnb. So I can put it towards my Airbnb. That way, when they give you the envelope when you get there, it'll have the hotel money in it plus the flight allowance.
Yeah, that might be a possibility. I don't know. So it's worth asking.
They did it. They did it for me at the Arnold. I don't know if they're going to do it at the Olympia. So
and do they tell me that beforehand, or do they just give me the money at the meeting?
No, you have an email. There'll be an email.
Yeah, you'll have everything
and it will have all the information on it and stuff. Yeah.
And this is where you get your good lady to read it and then sort it all out. So that's why we need women. You get an email, you go, love, can you ever read this for me and let me know everything it says?
Roman, just do what I did, man. Just email the IFBB office and just ask them. Say, this is what I'd like to do. Is it possible? And I don't know when I get my. I don't know when I get my flight costs, my hotel costs. They're really good at responding and giving you all the information.
They actually are. They are really good at responding. They've always been very helpful when I've reached out.
Thank you. Because I thought they have to deal with so many athletes. Like last year, they can't cater to. Oh, this one wants his money on this day, and the other one.
I think they're really good, Roman. With the I know it sounds.
This guy wants 5 days.
I think they're really good. They really seem to be good with the open guys.
Yeah,
because they're kind of like. One of the main events. I know it's not trying to say they're not with anyone else because I don't know, but I do notice with our category they make an effort to really, get in touch and let you know everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Any other Olympia questions?
Probably. I'm gonna think of some, and then I'm gonna text all you.
Okay.
All panicky.
Okay. We have the Texas Pro coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
Ben, you're not allowed to answer these questions.
Yes, I fucking am.
No. You're privy to inside information.
What am I privy to?
Is Roman, you're always dead set, honest answer. And James, I already know you're a huge Andrew fan, so this is gonna be tough. Who's gonna
get me and Ben to have a fight?
Who's gonna win next week? Andrew, Hunter, or is Carlos Thomas gonna come out of the blue and kill everybody?
No, I think it's still between Andrew and Hunter, I believe.
I think so.
I think Carlos is tremendous, but I still think it's between those two. They're very high caliber.
Somebody said something, and I don't know if it was a DM or something. Somebody said, even though Carlos is extremely muscular, his stature is small. So I'm not sure if that's true or not. How will that? Because I got a DM, or was it? I think somebody left a comment on the last podcast, and they said, "You guys are crazy. Andrew and Hunter are much bigger guys.
They're structurally like Carlos will outmuscle them both pretty much.
Yeah.
But structurally, he's going to be the smaller of the three.
Exactly.
I like how serious it's getting. Fouad's face. Pen notepads out.
James, you know how much I love bodybuilding? You know, it's funny.
That's why the pen and the biro has got to come out.
You know, it's funny. When I started Hostile, every fucking company out there was going the lifestyle route.
I know. They're all switching over, weren't they?
And then we came in and we're
sticking to the guns.
We came in and we're like, we love bodybuilding. And all the companies came back. We're like, no, we love bodybuilding.
Dude, do you know how many people today were like talking to me about Hostile?
Yeah, well, that's great, man.
They love it, bro. There was a couple of chaps today. They were like, "It's great." That's cool. You're having a good effect, a very positive effect.
We're gonna be there soon. Anyway, bodybuilding is the shit, and we got the notepad out. On the other podcast, on the Bro Chat, we've decided that the loser has to get a Bro Chat tattoo.
Okay, so there's a body and build and bollocks one if one of us has to.
I don't know. Are you guys gonna do it?
I would. I actually want a new tattoo. I've been thinking about it.
The Bro Chat is my initials anyway. I'll slap one on now. I don't care.
BC, bro.
Yeah, that's right. But Roman, are you going to get a bodybuilding and bollocks tattoo? BB&B?
Yes. No. I don't have any tattoos, and I'm not going to make this my first one.
Yeah,
get the Olympia. You will get the Olympia symbol now.
Yeah,
is that a thing? Is that a thing? Did you think if you've qualified for Olympia, that's something you should do? That's a good question.
I thought about it. I don't know.
And where would you get it? Where is the real estate you'd put it? Roman, where would you put it?
I don't even know. I've thought about it. I don't know where to put it, and I'm probably. It's hard.
Roman, like a big Superman emblem like this.
It's one of them. You want people to see it because you obviously want people to know. But you don't want it somewhere too obvious.
Yeah,
you could do like the back of the neck, like
Roman, don't do what I did. I got both my tattoos in places where I can't see them and I can't enjoy them.
Oh yeah, that's shit, man.
So now I want to get more tattoos now, but I'm going to get like my forearm done or something, so I can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, you need to be able to enjoy your tattoos. It's nice to be able to like sit there and like be like, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that. Something like James has there.
Yeah, just something simple, isn't it? Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Roman. Give me the order. Does anybody know anybody else doing the show?
Yeah,
Lewis just about in three. Lewis just got third in Tampa.
Jonathan Withers for sure.
Roman, James.
So who else is doing the show?
Lewis Breed,
Breed,
Jonathan Withers.
Breed's muscularity is very.
Withers.
He looked great. I was really happy how he did so good last week in Tampa. That's good.
So muscular. I used to be a fan of him as a junior because he won the Junior British the year before me.
Yeah, all right, Roman.
What's the guy's name with the fucking big legs?
Jonathan Withers.
Jonathan Withers.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's the guy with those quads, yeah? Yeah. Madness. Prison them nuts.
Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna go.
Okay, go.
On.
So I gotta say, I'm sorry. If Andrew...
don't say if. Just give me
don't
the
say
list.
Sorry, Eva. Don't say sorry, Eva.
So Andrew, Hunter, Jonathan Withers.
Holy shit.
Carlos, and is John De La Rosa doing the show?
Oh yeah, John.
No,
is he not? Oh, he's going to say after. I'm shutting down now.
So who else? Who's there to play?
Lewis Breed.
Lewis Breed got third in Tampa.
Okay. So I'm gonna put him in
Fifth.
fifth.
Okay, James.
It's really tough because
Come on,
trying to go
I already know. I already know what's coming. I already know what's coming.
No, but you know,
Andrew,
also I have this. No, but you know, I've
Andrew,
said this
so then
opinion.
next.
I hope Andrew's been training like how I said, but then I don't know.
You know he hasn't.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this, James, before you answer. If Andrew comes in like he showed up at the Arnold, can he beat Hunter the way Hunter just showed up in Tampa?
I don't think so. If he's the same as the Arnold, I think he needs to be a bit bigger.
So if they bring it, so me and Ben had this discussion. If they bring him in fuller, is he going to have the same condition, or will he have actually put on some muscle?
If he has actually got more fullness but the same condition, then he could be a threat for sure.
Then he'll be trouble. Yeah.
What about because Hunter is more balanced than Nick. Yeah, it's all ifs. That's what I'm saying. Hunter's more balanced than Nick, and therefore he would push Andrew more than I think Nick did at the Arnold, because the disparity between upper body and lower body at the Arnold was quite apparent for Nick, whereas Hunter's very balanced, and that's where Hunter's strength is. There's no weak body parts.
All right, let me ask you this:
so I just like doing this.
If Andrew is bigger and in the same condition than he was at the Arnold, but Hunter is in better condition and peaks a little fuller in Texas, then who wins?
I thought we weren't doing any ifs.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yes, I know.
I'm sorry, Roman.
Wait. I got to check.
James, I threw a curveball at you.
I realized that after I said it to him. I was like, "Fuck!" I just told
looking at some live updates. I'm looking at some live updates of Hunter right now. It's a hard one, isn't it?
What do you want to look? What do you want to look up?
And I'm looking at it now. I've been sent some inside information.
Oh, Ben sent you some. Yeah, I have those too.
This is by far the best Hunter.
Let me add to my answer.
Okay, go ahead, Roman. Sorry.
Yeah, you add to yours because I need more time.
I'm hoping.
Yes.
For Hunter to win.
Okay. What do you think, Roman? What do you think Hunter has to do to win? Since I want you to break it down.
I don't think he has to do.
He
just has to be in shape, just like last time.
No, but I'm saying, like, you picked Andrew to win. So, like, what scenario do you see where Andrew wins? Like, is Hunter have to be off? Is Andrew going to be bigger? Like, what's the situation? Like, why did you pick him first?
Because I saw him in Texas last year.
Mm-hmm.
He looked literally out of this world. He looked like an alien that had just been dropped out by the mothership to compete with the Earthlings.
Yeah.
And then he was, he flew back home.
Yeah,
I remember. Do you know what I remember? Because I was sat like when Roman did Texas. I was sat there and I texted the group, like the podcast group.
I remember that.
And I was like, it's almost like all of the other competitors weren't allowed to use drugs, and Andrew was the only one that did. I was like, it's almost like that. It was like he's so freakish, you can't fathom.
I've never seen Andrew on stage in person. I only saw him. I saw him at the Olympia, I guess. I remember because me and Jose had a bet, and I said Hunter would win, and then he did. Not win, but Hunter would beat Andrew. So if you're saying that, Roman, if you're saying he's out of this world and all this, why did Hunter beat him at the Olympia?
Well, let's be clear. Hang on. Andrew's look at the Texas was better than the Olympia.
Yeah, but Hunter was also off at the Olympia. So
agreed, but he wasn't in Texas. I'm just saying.
I know
the look that Roman is referencing, I believe, was Andrew's best look of last year.
Okay, then we'll say Andrew Texas versus Hunter Tampa. Those are their best looks.
Okay.
And are they really their best looks? Because most people think that the Arnold was Andrew's best look because that's where he was really in condition. And the only reason they weren't as impressed is because when he got to the condition he had to be in, he lost a little bit. Yeah, he lost a little bit of fullness in his limbs. So Texas. So people.
I think the best overall look was Texas. He had the best condition at the Arnold.
I don't agree. I think impressiveness, like people are like, holy fuck, right? But I think in bodybuilding terms, I think when he stands next to guys that are of his caliber, he's going to have to be in the Arnold condition if he's going to beat them.
But that's the tricky part, right? Because he needs
exactly.
to hold that fullness. Because
That's
he
why-
has got his frame is so expansive that
Yep.
if he's not that, if he's lost that size, it takes that wow away from him.
That's why I said to James.
Yeah,
will
that's why
he-
I said if he's got the fullness,
Yeah.
he can win.
But
So
see,
you can't
this
say
is
can't.
Do you know this is the thing that like irritates me when people are like, oh well, why is he doing like why is Hunter doing Texas? And I'm like, well, just because one person beats someone, they're like, oh, if Andrew wins, then Hunter's momentum. I'm like, no, you can win one week and lose the next and win the next. Like it's all based on the look that you put on stage at that point in time.
Yeah.
Well,
It changes. It does not change what's going to happen at the Olympia. What's going to happen at the Olympia is going to happen at the Olympia.
Well, look, also Andrew's or Hunter's a competitor. Hunter's a competitor. Like that's it. He wants to compete, and it's his hometown. He wants to win in his hometown. I would want to do the same thing. If there was a show in fucking Windsor, Ontario, and I was from here, I'd be like, yeah, I want to do that show.
It's better for the sport. It's better for his brand. It's better for fucking everyone.
Yeah. Plus, think about it. If Hunter wasn't doing the show, who would watch that show?
There's less draw.
Yeah, because then everyone's gonna be like, Andrew won. That's it.
I think I think Hunter's more dominant from the Hunter has a dominant posterior chain to Andrew at current for sure. Andrew has a very good front side, and then it's going to come down to those side shots, which I think Andrew doesn't pose as good as Hunter does. So unless Andrew's worked on his posing and like how the Hunter has been, then that could really be his Achilles heel.
But it's interesting, right? Because you have
I'm switching my answer. I'm going with Hunter in first.
But I think Hunter's presentation. I think it's incredibly exciting because you have they're almost going to take shots off each other, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be tit for tat. Like
it's a battle.
And Andrew's side shots from his upper body, I would argue, are better than Hunter's. But then Hunter's lower body on the side shot. So then it's about who's in better condition, who's fuller, and who's drier, and it's close. It's really close.
It's just it's always hard for me, and I say this all the time when you have two people that are like apple and an orange, because it's just so different.
Yeah,
they're both muscular as fuck, but they have such a different structure and shape that it's really hard for me to answer a question like who should win, because I find it almost like they're in two different competitions, their physiques.
But James, are they really that different a structure other than their height?
Yeah, very, very different.
Yes.
I don't think
like
so.
Very
Tony
different,
Freeman Tony Freeman and Jay Cutler.
No, Hunter is not Jay Cutler. Maybe young Jay Cutler, maybe like 2000.
Yes,
Jay Cutler.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like I could see.
I find them very differently. It's like I think both of the what is I find them so different that if either won, I'd be like, sweet, you deserve to win. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah. It's not like I don't think anyone's better than the other. I'm like, I think
I can see them competing 10 times against each other and it going 5-5.
Yeah. That's
like,
how I feel.
I
like it. It's good for bodybuilding. It's almost like another.
But it seems like people are so scared to compete. It's like, oh, I won. Quick, shut it down. Don't fucking compete again.
Yeah, we need some back and forths, man.
My opinion of Andrew is once he gets his posterior chain, the whole thing, the hamstrings, glutes, back, he then beats Hunter 10 out of 10 times.
Because I think if he unlocks that,
the front of him is so incredible that even though the back of him is good, it makes it worse because the front of him is so good.
Yeah.
So if he can,
it makes him disappointing almost if you turn around.
Yeah, right. So I think if he can develop a little bit more detail on the hamstrings, a little bit thicker back, and then bring the condition to match it, he's going to be very, very fucking hard to beat by a lot of people. The problem is right now that to achieve the level, he almost did like a Steve Kuklo. To achieve the level of conditioning he needed at the Arnold, he lost that wow factor, which was the same thing Kuklo did.
I think that can be avoided, though. I think that's just preparation. I think that's just.
I think it's muscle tissue, though, James. Don't you think it's?
I think it's understanding when to refeed a body.
I don't know, because I think to myself, if you have to, if you have to get yourself to this level of conditioning and it's making you smaller. To me, it would just make sense that you need more muscle tissue so that when you bring that conditioning,
there is that. But I do feel that if you just go down, but you do end up coming out smaller.
So you think it's a peaking issue more than a muscle tissue?
Not peaking; it's a process of dieting.
Okay,
exactly. Yeah,
it's a linear diet approach where calories are probably just constantly on a slight diverge.
So you're saying if he does this.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that taking anything away from fucking their approach, because it's an old school approach and it works. But I think if you're really, really clever with modulating that kind of when to give someone a bit of a. It sounds pussy, innit? Like ease off a bit, but
No,
you can ease off. You can ease off
Yeah.
and get into fucking crazy shape if all things are functioning well. And Ben's good at that. He knows when to feed a body.
James, it doesn't sound pussy. That's why I think the main misconception for a lot of I don't know how to say it, maybe not as educated or not as experienced, not as experienced bodybuilders. I think the main misconception is that and I've done this, where you have to just drive it further.
We've all done it. We're like, I need to lose a pound, 2 pounds a week every week.
Roman.
Yeah, me and Roman have lived that European bodybuilding lifestyle where everyone's like, you just got to get absolutely dug out and do cardio galore and not worry about,
But I think the common misconception, is one I had too, and when I was prepping, is pulling back sometimes makes you better, even though that's not like, it doesn't make sense in your fucking head.
Metabolically.
But so I drove Hunter down into Tampa.
Yep.
And then we used the peak week as his back off, and he's leaped ahead a little bit for Texas now.
There you go. There's that elastic band approach, you know?
Yeah. But I didn't give him, I about 3 or 4 weeks out, that's when I pulled back and then I went linear into the show because I was like, okay, we're done. I want to drive him down.
Yeah, you do have to have a downwards trajectory ultimately. So, you know, it's just how you do it. It's like climbing down like Mount Everest safely or falling down it. Do you know what I mean? So like you could literally go from the top to the bottom like rapid and probably hurt yourself, or you take little breaks on the way down and get to the bottom in one piece.
Yeah.
Sick analogy. I think that's a great analogy. Yeah.
Guys, you have my pick. You got my pick.
I have Roman. James.
Because
I think I'm gonna say Hunter's gonna take this one. I'm gonna say it.
You fucking said Andrew 10 minutes ago.
No, I didn't. I said Andrew can win. Didn't say it. I said Andrew can win. I think Hunter's going to take it because I just think he's going to feel very good on his home soil, and I think it's going to add to a lot of the aura.
Oh yeah,
and it's going to the aura. You know what we were talking about earlier when you're in your own place and you feel.
Yeah. All right, so Hunter, who's second? Andrew.
Andrew definitely, and it's going to be very close.
Who's third?
Carlos probably just structurally, I think, just like it's a bit bonkers, isn't it?
Carlos.
Don't count out a Lewis Breed. He comes.
I'll put Lewis in fourth. I'm putting Lewis in fourth. The man's fucking.
Lewis comes in.
Lewis is in fourth, but because the only thing with Lewis, I think, with some of the back shots, his back stick, but I feel like he loses a little bit in the tricep and stuff. I don't know why. He's got like really good arms, but in the back shot, they're not like Hunter's with the sweep. Gets a bit more sweep on it. It's a shape thing, I think.
That's a long head issue. I had that issue.
Yeah, just like
because when you have the front
yours came off the bone.
With the front, no, I'm talking about before I fucked it up.
So,
when you have a thick front head of the tricep, it always looks good when you're looking at it this way.
Yeah.
But when you have a small long head, it looks bad in a front double, or like when you're looking at it directly from the back.
Yeah.
So the long
because I find that takes away from shots for me quite massively.
Yeah.
Just from my like snobby bodybuilding approach.
But your long head is good. And when you do a front double, you got that sweep underneath.
It's all right. It's acceptable.
It's good. I wouldn't say it's acceptable, but I know what you're saying. It's not like Kevin Levrone, fucking Luke Sando, fucking tricep, long head.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Ben, what do you got? Hunter.
Carlos Andrew Hunter in that order. I don't give a fuck.
Come on, who do you got? Hunter.
I believe Hunter's going to be better than Tampa. So Andrew, I feel like, okay. I don't care. I'm not going to explain it. Hunter, Andrew, Carlos, Lewis, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's the same as me.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as Ben up to Carlos. And then I think Withers and Breed.
So Withers has all the lower body to be fucking first. But
I understand that. I understand that. No, I understand there's that there's an imbalance in his physique.
And I'll say this: Lewis is head to toe very muscular.
I don't.
Very heavy muscular.
The only issue I have with Lewis, and I can say this because I was in the same fucking boat, is he's a little wide in the midsection.
Yeah, core heavy.
And I think it takes away from the overall look. So if Jonathan Withers is even close to his size and muscularity, I think his shape will be better, even though there's an imbalance. It could go either way. That was a tough one, but yes, Roman.
I have to sign out because I have to go to sleep.
The fuck are you talking about? It's like 9 o'clock.
Bedtime. Yeah, that's what time Roman goes to bed.
It's like 9 o'clock here. What are you talking about?
He's
Yeah.
Olympia prep.
He's got to train at 4 a.m. First session.
Are you serious? We haven't started questions yet.
It's already been an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
You have to sign up.
You look
I gotta
tired.
stick-
You look tired. You go.
He's allowed. He has qualified for the Olympia.
Yeah, you
I'll
just
take his
qualify for
spot.
though. You take the night off.
It's not. It's his wife is there being like, we should have fucked.
Yeah, yeah. We still have to have sex. Get up.
That's right. You have sex, have a shower, and in bed. We all do the
I
questions.
don't blame you.
Okay, Roman. Well,
I'm sorry.
No.
Thank you,
it's-
guys.
Thank you for coming on, man.
See you in a bit, bro.
Love you, Roman. We'll see you next week or something.
I love you
Take
too.
care.
Okay.
I will be there.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, your fans. Hey, before you go, you said you got like 1 million DMs from your fan. Your motherfucking fans been bugging me last week. They're like, "Why didn't you get Roman on? Why didn't you get Roman?" I'm like, it's a scheduling issue. It's not that I didn't want to have you on, but they're like mad at me. They're like, "Why isn't Roman on?" I'm like, "Fucking."
He will be in time.
Tell your fans that we don't have a beef, so that they know if you're not on, it's like a scheduling thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And I love all of you guys messaging me. Thank you so much. Thanks, Ben, for teaching me to drink the day before the show.
Not alcohol. Not alcohol.
No, water. And thanks, James, for sending me the clothing, the nice clothing.
You want to thank your sponsor? You want to thank your sponsor?
Yeah. He's gonna be my next sponsor.
No, you want to thank your sponsor, the new one.
Oh yeah. My new sponsor here is called Big Zone.
Big Zone. Thank you for taking care of Roman.
Oh,
Yeah, we need
they
that.
pay me well. They're treating me well, and
Good.
they're also paying my travel expenses to the shows.
Good.
So I might do another one before the Olympia.
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Give the fans what they want.
Exactly. One career, bro. You get one career. Do it.
Get on stage. Fuck it.
All right, go to sleep.
Good night.
Okay, good night,
Night.
Roman. All right, let's do some questions.
Wait, what was
Yeah,
your predictions?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
what's
predictions-
yours?
I said mine were the same as yours, except I put Withers ahead of
Oh,
Breeze.
yeah, they were. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah.
All right. Where do you see the sport of bodybuilding 20 years from now? I thought, it's Cameron Cheek asked this, and I think he's a great coach, so I wanted to
He's a good coach. Very good coach.
shout out to Cameron and thank you for asking the question.
Top bloke.
I want to people ask this all the time, but I think because he said 20 years and not 5, I'm like, that's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, because that's a long time.
I feel like my opinion, honestly, is if they don't change the way they structure the season, open bodybuilding is just going to get more and more hurt. Because I think there's so many open bodybuilding shows now that every show has like 2 big names in it. And it's not as exciting for people watching as when there's 3, 4, 5 guys competing that can all win or
When it was like the New York Pro.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like they should, if they want pro bodybuilding to stay interesting, they should cut back on the number of shows, of open bodybuilding shows. They can keep all the classic shows, all the wellness, physique, all that. I would pull back on the open bodybuilding shows and let them be more full. And also I
Fewer
would,
shows and more money.
well, fewer shows, more money, and I would change the qualification so that only Mr. Olympia qualifies. That way, those other guys got to compete as well. That way, people are more excited now for open bodybuilding because the shows are more stacked.
Yeah.
But would you still keep all previous Mr. Olympias are automatically qualified, right?
Yes. And the only reason I say that is because Cameron says in 20 years. So the way I see it, if things keep going the way they are, classic is going to keep growing and bodybuilding is going to keep getting smaller. And they're going to keep increasing the classic weight. And eventually people are going to be like, why don't we just get rid of open bodybuilding? These guys are now going on stage at 250, 260 anyways. So it's like, is bodybuilding still going to stay alive when, because the people coming up now, like the young guys that are coming up are going to be like, well, I can be a classic guy and go on stage at 250. Yeah. If you're 6'1" or whatever, right? Or 6 foot, I can go on at 250. Why would I do open bodybuilding? 250 is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I think unless they start creating more excitement in open bodybuilding, they're going to start losing fans.
I feel like we're going to have AI building before too long. It won't be real. There won't be no bodybuilders left. It's just
What do you
gonna be
mean?
AI. It's going to be everything's going to be AI. be
What's
like,
it going to be? Like fake?
yeah, just like, oh, let's just AI some people that we want to look a certain way and make them compete against each other. My AI versus your AI.
We're kind of doing that already, right?
Exactly. That's what I mean. The world's just, I don't know.
Give this one more trend and give this one more test and make them look like
You
one.
literally, yeah, you can put a cocktail of like ingredients into like a calculator, and then it'll AI that person alive into like a system. This is what he would have looked like if you'd done 20 years of training, taking 300 milligram of tren a week.
Oh, then you don't have to
food.
actually do it. You don't have to actually do it. You can just stay
You don't
healthy.
have to do it. You just program it in. You tell them what food they eat, and then yeah, brilliant. No one gets hurt. But it's just all AI.
But that's actually still going to take some talent, because if you
that would be because you've got to program it. Like you've got to know what's the combinations.
This is the way I'm training. This is the way I'm eating.
You'd basically be coaching. It'd be the perfect coaching tool.
Right, football manager, but for
football manager for bodybuilding.
Nah, but wait a minute. But then there's no discipline because your AI bot's not going to cheat.
Perfect bodybuilder.
Mate, in 20 years' time, we're all going to be. What's that film where they're stuck in space and it's there's only two of them left? The bartender and
the Journey. No, not Journey. Travelers, or what's called?
Something like that. But they're all stuck in their pods. Like everyone's stuck in their pods.
They're just thinking,
and they're just plugged in like this. This was going to be like, we're fucked.
Or Interstellar.
Listen, this is totally off topic, but I had to. I found this analogy to be really interesting. So this guy came up on TikTok and he's talking about transgenders, and he was saying, how come it's okay for, if I'm a man and I feel like I want to be a woman, I can go say, I feel like a woman, give me testosterone blockers. Right. Mm-hmm. But if I'm a man, but I don't feel manly enough, I can't go to the doctor and say, I don't feel manly enough. Give me more tests.
You can.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to actually show numbers.
Yeah, it's not so simple. Yeah, it's not so simple.
Okay. If I'm a man and I feel like I'm a woman, I can just go and say, I feel like a woman. Give me testosterone blockers. But if I'm a man, if I'm a man and I feel like I'm not masculine enough,
because it only takes a woman to feel like they're not something to be able to get it.
I can't.
What I don't understand is, if I want my numbers at 3,000 nanograms of deciliter a week, why am I not allowed to have that?
That's my point. You're not allowed to be more manly.
Can I ask a question actually on to do with blood? How much testosterone would you have to take for your readings to come back at 750 or 740?
I think it's different for everybody, James. Derek.
Or on a rough, like a rough.
I'll give you an exact. I am taking 120 milligrams of my doctor's prescribed, and I sit at 550.
But James,
so if that gives you
okay, the rough.
The only reason I'm saying this is I remember we had this specific conversation, and Derek from More Plates, More Dates did a video about it, and he said that equation is not going to work for everybody because everybody's body is going to process it differently.
Depends on your current state as well.
But I would say this, and take me out of the equation, just looking at my client, what do you think to hold you around there?
You cut out there. Say that again.
I'd say it's not as much as you think to get someone around that 550 to 700 mark. Like it's a true TRT type dose.
Well, I'm only on 200, and I was up at like 660 or 670.
Yeah.
So I think Ben, like, I want to say you're right, but only because Derek made that video. I'm like,
but I'm saying somewhere between 100 and 200, depending on the person. I'd be surprised if it didn't put you in around that 500 to 700 mark.
Yeah. Why, James? What are you trying to do?
No, because I was just interested because again, the reason I believe I got gyno is I actually think I was taking Masteron. So I think I wasn't taking Masteron. I think I was taking testosterone, additional testosterone. So therefore, I had no kind of anything working active against the E2.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that I changed after this year to other years is not using AIs.
Yeah, but I don't. So, but that's a big thing, no?
It's a big thing, but it's not when you've reduced your testosterone to like 200 and your Masterons are like meant to be 1,000.
Oh, so you're saying
if you push those limits,
because a lot of times underground Masteron is actually test prop, right?
Just prop. So basically, what I'm saying is, I think I was propionating out my nut.
Well, wait a minute. Let me ask you this, Ben. You can probably answer this. When your fat levels are higher, your estrogen is also higher, correct?
Yeah. Cells are more. There's more cells that receptor estrogen.
I'm wondering, Ben, James, also because you're just like doing such a long off season. Maybe that has something.
Saying I'm fat.
No, that's exactly what he said. Don't say no. That's exactly what you just said.
I fucking knew that's what.
Awesome, bruv.
It's because that is exactly what you just said. You said, James.
You just said that in a nice way. Oh, but good news. Look, I'm not wearing my chest thing now. I can wear it at night, and that's it.
I gotta tell you guys, I fucking really miss it. We got to do these more. Like we missed a few weeks, and I actually really miss you guys.
Since you can actually just chat normal shit.
Fine.
Can I show you, Mike? Can I show you how my nipples look?
Show me your nipples.
Oh, they look better than last time.
Holy shit! It's like a perfect.
Nice.
Look how little.
Tidy.
Nah, I've got a little scar thing in the exit. Look.
Tiny little nipple. It's perfect, dude.
Tiny little nipples there,
I've seen some where they go like in. They almost end up with innies.
Yeah, if they don't lipo well, because they lipo on the same surgery, and if they lipo and contour it well, because it's a bit of an art, then they get it right. But yeah, so again, I was saying to you boys earlier, today I can actually train chest, so I'm gonna.
Right, so
you know what?
5 plate bench.
5 plate bench, bro. 10 reps.
First day back. Got to do it. No, you know what? You know what the doctor told me when I did my surgery? He said, if he takes out the whole gland, that's when then you end up with a divot. So did they take out your whole gland, but they just made sure they liposuctioned around it?
Yeah, so they just lipo around it so that there's no discrepancy between the. Obviously, because if you take something out from here,
yeah, there's going to be.
But if you take stuff from here as well, it kind of goes.
I got it.
So, yeah,
okay.
Man.
I just want to show this. This is something really quickly. I just want to show you guys. This guy, I believe Kobe is his name, sent me this.
Kobe.
He's a soldier in Syria. And he was saying these guys are huge fans of the podcast and HOSSTILE and whatever. And I said, send me your, I don't know if it's called a barracks or a fort or whatever, but this is their thing in Syria.
Fort.
Thug mansion. Thug mansion.
What do you want me to call it? I don't know. It's a fucking fort. I don't know.
You see that? It's a Thug mansion in there.
Yeah.
They listen to Tupac.
What's it called then? Is that You're such an asshole.
I think Barrack was the
Barracks. Barracks the correct term.
Barrack, and then he went fort.
Fort's like some big old fort.
Okay.
This is a fort for a child. This is Phoenix's fort if you built one.
Okay, it's a fort. Look at this shit. Isn't this crazy?
That's awesome.
This is where.
That's proper, isn't it? Got the AR. Got a casual AR sitting there. Look at that. Pringles, ready on the go.
These guys are
These are proper dudes. These don't mess about.
And then he sent me.
Oh, the HOSSTILE bag.
Oh, I saw you post this. Yeah.
This is really cool. Oh, he's mixing up a bit of Bloodshot and Intro 3, man.
I thought that was pretty fucking sweet, man.
That's very cool.
Look at this. Look at this. This is their life, man.
Where are they?
Syria.
Shit, you gotta expedite a care package out there.
Well, what I said.
Package.
So I don't know. Anybody who watches the podcast knows I'm fascinated by military stuff. I think it's crazy. So I told him, I said, well, I'd love to know where you guys are. So like, maybe HOSSTILE can make a visit.
Yeah, like an army appearance.
He's like, dude, there's a lot of gunfighting out here. You guys don't want to come.
You might not want to come right now. You might get shot down.
Is it bring your own? We'll go tooled up. It's fine.
You guys, you can bring your own because you're in Texas, man.
Anyway, Kobe, thank you for the support, dude. I think that's pretty awesome. Tag me in more of those videos. I think it's super fucking interesting. Is Sam Sulik competing at the Fouad Championships next year? I don't know when Sam's plans are to compete. Did you guys
gonna compete?
He said he wants to at some. He said he wants to at some point. He just wants to feel ready to compete. Did you guys watch his full day of eating?
I haven't watched it all. I've started watching it.
James scanned through, and I started to feel sick when you were.
Does he eat a lot?
James,
I saw his bottle at the beginning.
So this kid ate 53 or 400 calories that day.
Yeah,
and it was literally like milk, cereal, donuts, Five Guys. That was like
is that what he ate? And he looks like that.
And he had
he's
obviously
21 though, James.
And he had his
nuts.
And he had his supplements, like the protein powder and all that.
Yeah.
That was his fucking day. And
is that like what he does most of the time?
It's not what he does most of the time. Like he did buy some like ramen noodles and some ground beef, but we never got around to cooking. So
he's got the Cali muscle diet, the ramen noodles.
You know what he's got? He's actually very intelligent. He's got the college student diet, which is I don't have
affordable.
I don't have time to cook every fucking day. So if I can get 300 grams of carbs from milk, I'm just gonna pound this liter of fucking milk. That's his thought process. It's crazy.
I used to drink when I first started training. Like I was like 16, 17, I would drink those Gold Top. Do you remember the Gold Top milk?
Yeah. Proper Gold Top.
I would do steak because my parents would always have steak. So I'd have steak and Gold Top milk right after I trained. I'd do a ribeye and Gold Top.
I talked to him about his diet, right? And people are like, "Oh, why don't you help him with his diet?" I'm like, "It's not my place. I'm not his coach. I'm like,
exactly.
He's doing what he thinks is right, and it's working for him. So it's not my place."
And what he enjoys.
When I trained with him, that was so because I was like, "What do you want me to do with him?" You were like, "Don't change a thing. Just do what he does." I'm like,
"Yep,
okay." So I just ran in there. I was like, "You do." Because then people were like, "Oh, you're not going to correct him." Like, told me just to let him train. It's like
he's built gnarly muscle off of his own way.
My opinion is, unless he asks for help, because I told him, I said, we're all here to help you. You want help, because he also has Marek Health at his disposal because I'm connected to Marek. So I was like, if you want Marek Health to do blood work, if you want Ben to help coach, if you want other coaches, if you want any advice from me, like, we're all here from you. And he's happy doing what he's doing. So I'm not here to fucking change it.
Like, I would change a lot of things if I was asked to, but you said let him go. I'm like, okay.
So James, this is how he works his diet. He has a protein number in mind. Usually it's about a gram to a gram, 1.2 grams per pound. So he wants to hit that number every day. He doesn't care about the carbs and fats of how he gets them in or how much of them they get.
Okay, so he can just be really flexible.
But he says they always end up somewhere pretty close. Like he gets in like 600-700 grams of carbs and like I don't know, 200 grams of fat a day.
Yeah, the fat must be pretty high, I would imagine.
Yeah. So he's like, he said to me, he's like, all I noticed was when I get over 5,000 calories, the scale moves and I look better. And he goes, when I don't eat over 5,000 calories, I don't feel like I gained anything and I actually look smaller. So he's literally basing everything off of his calories and how he feels. Look.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a tremendous amount to be said for any young kid coming in just to base their diet off of how they look in the mirror. I mean, I know that's what one time Dean said that to me. I think I've told this story before. Scales to a show in Portugal, and he's like, I don't have scales at home.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I've never really weighed myself. I just go off, I look fuller, I'm too fat, and he'll adjust the diet based on the look. And I'm like,
that's how Justin Compton was as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Samson did. Milos did that with Samson.
Well, I did it with Hunter. We didn't wait him for I didn't wait him for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Milos did that with Samson too. He's like, take away your scale, don't weigh yourself anymore. So
Milos. You know Milos?
I'm sorry? Yes?
Milos,
what about him?
I might have just hired him.
Oh, really? Oh, that's fucking great.
He's helping me for the Arnold.
Dude, I think Milos has been around and has figured out a really good way to help people. I don't know, like I heard things in the past, maybe he uses too much of this or too much of that. I feel like he's found a sweet spot now where he's really, really helping people like Regan, like Samson, like Baruz, like he's really got a good roster.
I'll say this, like as a coach as well, you'll get athletes come from other coaches, right? And then they'll send you what they were doing. What I've seen, then there's some coaches that, and I'm sure people get it from me as well, like my old athletes and whatever. But I'll have someone like recently that came from Milos across to me, and how their recent stuff from Milos is much different to his 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago when he was like, I'd look at it and be like, whew.
Well, I think every coach, like just like any bodybuilder are
just
learning.
Evolve.
Yeah, they evolve as they go, right? Yeah. Well, that's good. That's great, James. When did that start?
Literally, I think I've got hold of him about a week ago.
You know what I really like about Milos is he's got this.
I like the passion.
Yeah, but it's not just like a passion for bodybuilding. Like he really cares about the people he's helping. Like he's really invested. So I think that's I think it's great, man. Good for you.
It's partially because of Jordan as well, because Jordan was honest. Jordan was like the best coach he's ever worked with, and the one person he respects the most is Milos.
Well, John used to always say Milos is one of his favorite people. Like John was very, very close with Milos. So
yeah,
anybody John endorses is
they're a legit person. So yeah, man. I've got to say that on here because before other people say, because then it's in the right place.
So can I make that the title of the podcast?
Do whatever you want with that, mate.
Milos.
Do whatever.
Milos and James.
Milos, secret new client.
Olympia bound.
Olympia bound. Well,
maybe that's all right.
Bound.
James' new coach announced.
Arnold bound.
Arnold bound. James and new
Hopefully.
coach Arnold bound. Detroit Pro winner.
Bound. Yeah.
I got to tell
all of them.
I got to tell Ian and Hunter that you said you're going to win the show now.
I'm definitely going to win the show.
What are Ian or Hunter going to?
Sorry, Hunter. Sorry, Ian. I'm going to win the show. Sorry, Ben. I'm winning the show.
Start the controversy early.
Let's do this. We'll make some t-shirts, like opposition t-shirts.
I think I should. Actually, that's a great idea.
You can have like that, like face off, like you got
face
like
off.
the
UFC fight,
like the boxing, like the old boxing.
Yeah, and we can have like different editions. You can have like a Hunter Ian one, or an Ian and me, and then like whoever else. It'd be quite cool.
Who places higher at the Olympia, Hunter or Brandon? I don't know what Brandon's going to look like anymore, man. If Brandon looks like last year but sharper, I think Brandon.
Hunter's improving to the point though where he's now going to start taking over those guys. So it just depends on how long can they keep up.
Yeah, I think
Hunter's unlocked something. Hunter unlocked something mentally this year that is now going to allow his physique to really speak.
Yeah.
Can we get your bros perspective on business ideas, tips, and what they are? Since you've talked about him owning multiple. I don't think I get my brother on the podcast.
Likes to keep himself to himself.
Who has the best and worst nickname in bodybuilding?
I've probably got the worst one, but I'm stuck with it now. You fuckers.
I like the shed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you like it, but when you think about it, like it's not cool, is it? Like I could have had all these names, and then now they're all blocked because I've been cemented to this one.
Let's create a new one for you. What do you want?
My career has been literally like limited.
Yeah.
By this.
What would you change?
What would you want? What do you want? Your
mate, I don't know.
The Savage, mate. James the Savage Hollingshead,
the brick shit house.
I don't know. It could have been something so much more fucking like
badass.
Yeah, it could have been something really.
I think we should call you some sort of like Viking, like a Norseman or something.
Big pasty.
Big pasty. Instead of big nasty, big pasty. Big pasty, bro. But yeah, I feel like I've been I feel like my career's been cut a little bit short by this. Like I think it could have excelled. Like could have got this really catchy name. I could have got a deal with like Nike or something.
You can still do it, man. You can still do it.
It should be Kratos.
Stuck now, bro. Stuck now.
I'm telling you, you can still do it.
Listen, now I'm opening.
I'm not allowing it. I'm not allowing that. No, he's about to open a gym called
exactly. The Shed. It's like Jesus Christ. Even Jordan's like you have to be that.
Well, you've leaned into it now. It's not our fault.
You might as well get a tattoo of it. Yeah, you should get a garden shed just tattooed on your chest.
Oh man,
who has the best nickname? Who has the best nickname in bodybuilding?
The Gift.
Dave McGrath's is quite good.
What, the Wrath?
Yeah, I think the Wrath's pretty cool.
Wrath's pretty good. I like.
It's quite cool, isn't it? Like the Wrath.
Wait, Big Rammy's pretty fucking cool.
Just called Big.
He's not. No, he's not even introduced as
Masama. Who? Yeah, he's literally
Big Rammy. No one gets that. No one gets introduced by their nickname.
Yeah, they do. Flex Lewis.
All right.
Yeah, but Flex just changed his name.
No real bodybuilder.
And Flex Wheeler.
Yeah, but you have to put the surname. Big Rammy just gets.
Yeah, but I like Flex better than Big. Like, unless you say the Big Nasty, that's Ronnie Coleman. What was Evans? The Ox?
Ox.
That's cool. That was cool.
Who else do we got?
Roman was Rex, wasn't it? Rex for a while.
Right.
Yeah, but Roman should be Thor. That's his actual middle name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Roman Thor Fritz.
British breakfast is ass. Why the fuck?
No, mate. You need to.
You're a fucking idiot. That guy's a dick. Fuck him off.
Listen, get on wherever you're from. I want you to come and have a little word.
No, don't even give him the time of day. Fuck off, mate.
British breakfast is ass. Why the fuck is there beans on toast?
Why
would there not be beans on toast?
Have you even tried beans on toast? What are you gonna have? Who is this?
Dickhead.
I'm offended as fuck. Listen, you introduce yourself.
This is my.
Don't hide in the shadows.
No time. Block that. Block him.
You should do a limited time flavor of beans on toast, bloodshot, and send it to him. Have that, you bastard.
What's your most controversial opinion? James, you're not
I've
very
got to-
you're not
I am very, but I don't speak on what I feel.
Yeah,
a lot of my internal.
why don't you ever let out the truth?
Because I would get blocked
No.
by society. I would.
Don't be
I
afraid
would.
of cancel culture, mate.
No.
Don't be
I
afraid of
honestly
it.
would. If I spoke like half the things I say in my household,
No,
I'm blocked.
I know some of them.
Dude, I lose my job. I lose my sponsors. I'm gone. See you later. I have to just be quiet.
I think you should let a little bit of it out. A little bit.
If anyone wants to hear me be close to that, then when I'm playing Warzone and I stream, that's when you'll probably hear me close to what I'm like.
Okay, I
got. I get pretty fucking.
For her to have most of my real stuff.
Yeah, he's dark. He's dark.
You can't let it out, man, because it will literally just like.
Is it a British thing? You guys are both dark as fuck.
Yeah, man, it's bad. I get really fucked off, mate.
My most controversial opinion is probably it's probably that men are men and women are women.
Oh, the fact that is a fucking thing to say.
I know, right?
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in right now, though.
I'm going to say my one that really pisses people off is I fucking hate cats. And people get so mad at me about it, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Why do you hate cats?
Look, don't be speaking on Monty like that, bro.
Listen, can I just say one thing? It would make my life easier if I liked cats. I don't choose.
He's never met a nice cat.
That's the problem.
He's only met arsehole cats.
Fuad's cat is an arsehole.
My cat pissed in his bag.
Yeah, that's kind of like.
But in fairness to me and my cat, I told Ben to keep the door closed because if he got into your suitcase, he's gonna take a piss in it. And Ben,
you were warned, Ben.
He left his suitcase open and left the door open.
Next time, warn your cat. If he pisses in my suitcase, I'm gonna fucking throw him in the
strangled.
Okay, listen. The best food experience you've had post show.
Oh, mine's easy.
Mine's not.
Mine's easy. What's yours, Ben?
I'm overflowed with trying to think.
You remember when we were going to Houston? I sent you that restaurant. I said, "Oh, we should go here. It's really bougie. It's called Triss's."
No, but anyway, go on.
Anyway, it's like a 5-star. Well, after my last show, the Labrada Classic, Hunter actually had them deliver me this fillet, bread pudding. This because I couldn't leave the show because Denise was working it and he was guest posting. So I just kind of sat backstage after I won, like waiting for them. Waiting for everyone, yeah. So I was like, fuck it. So he ordered me this. It was beautiful. It was the best food I've ever eaten.
I have 3 occasions, and all of them were with family. Once after the Olympia, we were in Vegas, and my whole family went to my family plus Summer. I don't remember if Paul was there. We went to Wolfgang Puck's restaurant in Las Vegas.
Okay.
It's not the thing is, all 3 of them are not the food. They're the company.
Mm.
So the first one was in Vegas with my family. Second one was the Arnold and my family, and the third one was in California after the Flex Pro. It was just my 3 brothers, and all 3 of them are I can remember all 3.
Mine's actually really easy now because you just reminded me that we all had dinner together, and that was really good.
When was that?
That
was after the Olympia, the HOSSTILE one.
I wasn't there. I missed that.
Yeah, the one I was
right at Chow.
And I got fucked out of my nut. I was absolutely smashed, and I had to do a podcast the next day, and I was rotten.
Yeah, but that wasn't post show for you.
It was Olympia, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
I did the Olympia.
He's taking out a chain. Look at see.
He's like, you didn't place high, so you didn't count.
Well, good friend. It doesn't count.
You weren't in the top 6, so I forgot you even did it. You fucking asshole. I did the Olympia, and then I came for dinner. You got me on the whiskeys, and I was absolutely battered.
I'm so sorry.
And I tried to have sex that night, and Yannicka fell asleep.
You will forgive me eventually when you realize that my memory is as bad as a stoner's is.
Like, well, mine is bad because I forgot that meal, and then I just remembered because you started talking about your food, and then I realized.
Yeah, now I'm mad at I'm mad at you. You forgot about the meal.
That was really good. That was really good.
James, there is one other 2017 British finals.
After the British, when we went to that
Pro, me, you, Luke, Yannicka.
Yeah, we went to. I don't remember. It was just some like grill fucking thing.
Mate, everywhere was sold out. You remember we went in? No,
we're like, what can we get? And I think there was nothing on the menu, but it was still just the company you keep, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the company.
So that's definitely one of those as well.
That was the four of us. I remember
it was
that
good.
one.
Yeah, that was great. You guys, I've still got a picture of us on stage when you guys came up on stage with Paul Knight, and there's the 4 of us sitting there.
Oh yeah,
really cool. Yeah, man. So good times. I was very lucky.
Fortunate
man.
I remember that. I was like, James, don't worry about me. I'll just help you get ready for the overall. I was like, what do you need? I was like, I'm nowhere here. I'm nowhere in this show.
Favorite?
It was good though. We got to compete together.
Yeah, once.
We did.
Once I got smashed.
It's all good, bro. Look at where you are now. You've got people fucking winning shows.
Favorite band from the 90s?
Favorite band from the 90s?
Did Chili Peppers count as the 90s?
I think so.
I would say so. Yeah, they're pretty early 90s, weren't they? First, 92, 93.
I was big on Chili's.
I don't know who, because I like all types of music, because I like hip hop and I like rock. So I'm like, I don't know who the fuck I would pick. It's like
D12.
Do I pick like Rage Against
Welcome
the
to
Machine?
D12 world.
Do I pick Rage Against the Machine or do I pick like Ice Cube? I don't.
It depends what mood I'm in, right? It depends.
Yeah, Ice Cube's good.
Yeah.
I liked, what do I like? 90s, probably something really like gay, like Take That.
You can't say gay. You can't say
You can.
gay.
You can
say
say
gay.
gay.
It's not meant in the actual literal context. It's in the
You can
say gay.
You can say gay. Like I can say woman or man. I can say it. It doesn't mean it's literal. In England, when you say something's gay, it doesn't mean it's homosexual. It means it's a bit, like, okay, that's not what you normally would go for. But I do like their music.
That's what it means here too, but they've eliminated it.
Oh, that's kind of you guys are all soft and weird.
They have, we didn't. We
you're still fine here, bro. You can come here and say that. But Take That.
Take That.
He
That's
won't know
questionable. What about Five? I was into Five when I was young.
Five were all right. These are bands that Fouad has no idea.
No idea. So,
NSYNC. Right, NSYNC.
Oh, they were pretty good as well. But then Backstreet Boys were better.
Well, I don't know.
We all know Backstreet Boys. Come on.
Yeah, I know Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet.
I bet you do.
I don't like Backstreet Boys and I don't like NSYNC, but I like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, because he's kind of cool. That's gay.
That's gay. It's gay. Actually, it's not gay. It's faggy. That's a bit faggy. Just these little.
It's not faggy. Hair. It's not faggy. There's some good songs. It's not faggy.
He did have a couple of good albums.
You can't say faggy.
Future Sex Love Songs.
Me and Paul decided we're going to call everybody fucking maps.
Maps or salads?
You know what a map is?
No.
So they've changed. You're not allowed to say pedophile anymore. This is how fucked up the world is. You're not allowed to say pedophile anymore. You have to say minor attracted person. So it stands for
fuck off.
I swear to God. So it stands for map. They're trying to like normalize it. So me and Paul are going to take it back from them. We're going to be like, you're a fucking map.
Well, isn't that what happened with not the word? It wasn't retards. It was something else. It was actually like a
can't say retard.
Yeah, that word they seem to have gone against.
No, it's like spastic, right? Spastic was at one point
yeah.
medical term, and then it became
you can't say spaz. You can't say spaz.
Yeah, but
anymore.
It was like a
mate. They're taking our words from us.
Right?
We've got no language left.
Wait. When you say you're not allowed to, what's the repercussions? If I say pedo, like, do I get more punished than the actual fucking pedo?
The pedo will get mad. The pedo.
The pedo gets mad.
The
you get a letter through your door from the local pedo. Puts the letter through your door.
Pardon me if I don't give a fuck.
The pedo community will come after you.
Happily.
They'll come to your house with pitchforks and fires.
Who's your favorite comedian? Anybody?
Ricky Gervais.
I like Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's good. Ricky Gervais is good.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais or CK, Louis CK. That's where I'm at.
Louis CK is good. I like Dave Chappelle, and because Dave Chappelle's more of a storyteller than a comedian nowadays. His earlier stuff is comedian like.
Jim Jeffries is a solid watch.
Jeffries is fucking hilarious too. Yeah, you guys are so funny. You're British. You like all like the
white ones.
No, not the white ones.
It's none of us said it.
That's not what I meant. I meant you like all the borderline humor, the shit that's like right on the line of being. Yeah, I think a lot of people do like that though.
That's why Gervais makes me die. Like Gervais makes me die. Like some of the things he says.
Oh, he goes over the line every fucking day.
Gervais is the only person that can make me literally laugh out loud, because a lot of them I laugh internally. I'll be like, that's funny.
Ricky, you're like, wow.
It's funny you brought that up. So I went to see Tom Segura in person. I like Tom Segura, and I felt like I was forced to laugh.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know if you've ever been that way. Like, I don't know if you've ever gone to a comedy show, but I'm sitting in the audience. I'm like 3 rows up, so he could see me. And
yeah, that's why you felt obliged to laugh.
Well, no, but
Mm.
also because the audience around me was
They're
they're belly laughing at everything.
Look, I used to go when I was in London. We used to go to like pop-up comedy shows or whatever, right? And it's a much different experience to go into a comedy store in America. Everyone here is like a cheerleader.
Yeah,
And I'm like, why are you all so fucking keen?
Yeah.
Like, it's over the top, and it makes me
No, I
awkward.
don't.
I'm like,
Yeah, I don't mind that they're laughing so hard. I just felt like I don't like when I watch comedians. I don't usually belly laugh. I just laugh.
yeah,
like, chuckle along.
Yeah. So I'm like, now I'm forced to like pretend I'm laughing harder than I am. So like I'm not the only guy. So I'm not the only guy not laughing. So it's like,
yeah.
I'm like,
The only thing that makes me laugh like that is sometimes when I first watched Team America, like when I first watched it, and I'm like, this is outrageous. Like
I can't recall.
it's when I went to the cinema and watched Ted, and that one.
Yeah, that would have made me laugh. That
got me. But I was like 15 or 16 as well, so I was like, oh, this is really like over the top.
What are your thoughts on no? I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
I haven't really eaten many. It's not really big here in England.
I haven't eaten that many.
England, we don't really have them, do we? So if you're not really that way inclined, I would imagine it would be like chocolate.
What way inclined? What way inclined?
Like if you have introduced yourself to
gay
Pop-Tarts.
or
if you've introduced yourself to the world of Pop-Tarts prematurely, before leaving to go to the States, because the States live on Pop-Tarts, they're fucking everywhere.
I mean, look, there's a whole big old flavor. There's just
you go into an American. If you go into one of them shops here that's American sweets, then half the store is Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
What's one of the stupidest reasons you ever broke up with someone?
I've never really had a stupid reason. I think mine are all valid.
I can't say mine.
Why? Because it was really bad.
Now I really want to know.
Something like she had a little bit too, her flaps were a bit too flappy.
No.
That's a valid reason.
A bit too hammy. And you were like, no, I'm not really into that.
I'm not going to say here. Let's move on.
It's clearly something along those lines. I've never really dumped anyone for any invalid reasons because I'm sensitive. I'm a nice person. I'm like you.
What does that fucking mean? This podcast.
I don't care what their flaps
this
are like.
This podcast is taking a turn for the shits. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, it's a good question. Win an Olympia, but can never ride a motorcycle again for me.
Yeah, but what's causing you to not ride a motorcycle? You're just not allowed.
Gaming for James. And it doesn't say anything for Ben. So whatever your favorite thing is.
Yeah, Ben, what are you gonna give in, like say no to? What's your sacrifice?
You don't even have a hobby. You don't have a hobby, do you?
I don't know. Do I?
No.
I feel like because me and you ain't parents, the harshest thing like you could say to someone, like,
yeah,
you can see a child ever again.
You have a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see your
got
kid.
just like little hobbies.
Like
so, compare.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, fine then, James. Would you stop gaming to an Olympia?
Not for an Olympia. No, you can fuck her off.
Are you fucking serious?
Wow, really?
You like gaming that much?
Gaming's brilliant. Olympia's important, but I can win one of them and game.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, like, if you were going to win an Olympia, if you was good enough to win an Olympia, you're not going to So I don't know. It just seems stupid.
I think any hobby I had, I would give up for an Olympia.
Wait a minute, James. It's not stupid. If I said to you tomorrow, you can have the Olympia this year. This year, you'll be the 2023 Mr. Olympia. This year. But you have to stop gaming as of the Olympia.
That's fucked, because the whole point is that you win Olympia, you get some money, you put it into a business, you retire, and you game. You game with all your free time. You just game.
You have to find something else to do.
Oh, man,
see, with Fouad, it's easy because you can give up the motorbikes and just drive supercars.
Right.
And you kind of...
Exactly. You just, I can't do that. Gaming's a big thing to me, bro.
Is it that big? It's bigger than the Olympia?
I've been gaming since I was a wee sprout.
You've been bodybuilding for 20 years.
I've been gaming longer than bodybuilding. Come on, man.
Yeah, don't let Milos hear you say this.
It's in my DNA. Yeah, if Milos will be like, what? You fool.
He's like, I'm not coaching you anymore. Fuck it.
Yeah.
No, because you know what? It's because in realistic terms, I'm like, if I feel that I can do very well, not that well, but I feel I can do very well and game. So I'm like, I'd rather that.
So you'd rather be like top 6 at the Olympia and game than be Mr. Olympia?
No.
You don't think I'm mad, but like gaming to me is probably as important to some people as sex.
I don't think you're crazy. It's just I don't know.
Gaming's like really like is for me, it's like a massive part of what prevents you feeling down.
That's important.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And if you take that away from someone, whew.
I would just find a different hobby. Like I'm gonna find something else. I'll be Mr. Olympia and I'll find something else cool to do.
What is it though?
There's so many things.
What is that?
They all take energy and time. They all take physical energy that I don't want to spend.
Yeah.
Read a book.
I like sitting here and just lifting this up.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, watching movies, that's a tough one. If you said take watching movies away from me, because I watch a lot of film.
That's kind of the same.
I would stop watching movies for Mr. Olympia.
No,
I would.
Imagine
I
for
would.
the next 40 years, you never get to sit down with your wife and watch a film again.
I watch TV shows.
Nah, bro, that's a cop out.
Watch YouTube.
That's what I do anyway.
James, actually, I had a question for you. There was one of those game consoles that had like 500 games on it, but it was from like
the
the 90s and shit,
ones.
which I kind of want because those are easy games to play, and I remember
them they are. They're a bit simpler.
So, you fucking asshole.
2 buttons, left, right, jump.
Yeah, I don't need all this fucking shit that you guys.
They start putting the shoulder buttons on there, and it's like, and then
it's not overcomplicated.
Yeah, once they put the top buttons on the controllers, I was like, I'm out. I can't figure this out. Once it went from 2 buttons to 4, I was like, no.
From an Atari into a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they have the old. You get the old Super Nintendo and you get the old Sega.
So should I buy that or is it shit?
No, it's good.
It just had all the childhood games that I played. Like
I would get that.
Yeah,
I would get that.
Yeah,
I'll definitely suggest it. But do send a picture in like a WhatsApp group to confirm it's not a shit one, and I'll give you a little pointers on it.
Better yet, why don't you send me a good one and then I'll just buy that one if you come across one.
Okay.
Well, it's better than me than sending you like 10 shit ones.
Well, listen, that's what friends do. We don't mind communicating. I don't mind a little back and forth.
Okay.
We had
just to get a little back and forth, even though I know exactly what you need.
You know what's
but
really
I still
funny?
want to entertain it.
Can I tell you what's really funny about this relationship? I hate the fucking phone, but I like texting.
I know, I'm the same.
But for some reason, my relationship with you is only great on Zoom.
Yeah, we're not really. I'm not great. I think because I don't really have a good. There's an energy that I get back from texting, even with my best friends, that make me feel like it's not very positive.
It's not that I don't feel like it's positive. I just feel like
can't be asked.
For some reason, I feel like I'm always bothering you when I text you.
I get that.
You get that? Yeah.
But do you feel like it as well?
But no, because then he'll voice note me, and then I'm like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah. Once you get the voice note, then you're like, okay.
You guys, I'm sound, so don't worry. Anytime.
All right.
It's any of the other fuckers out there messaging me, yeah? When I'm busy in the middle of a fucking game of Call of Duty and you're trying to drill my phone. Fuck off.
But don't you find it, James, it strange that we get along this well?
I know, don't talk more often.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Okay.
James sent me like a 4-minute voice note the other day, and I was on my way to the airport.
Don't do that.
I was about to leave, and then I just never responded to it.
Just idiots.
Who sends us?
But I know, I get it, and I don't mind. Like, I have conversations.
No, it was, we were going back and forth. So I sent him a voice note, and then like a day later, he sent me a reply, and then it was
no, I don't mind that. I can do that.
That's what it was.
No, but what I'm saying is, 4 minutes. Like, who the fuck wants to listen to a 4-minute voice?
I know, and you know what? I'd actually always rather a FaceTime. I like FaceTime.
I hate FaceTime.
I hate FaceTime.
I hate FaceTime with anybody.
I've done it a few times, and he's like, "Why are you FaceTiming me?"
He FaceTimed me once. I got what he wanted. I'm like, "Okay, I gotta go," and I hung up. I was like, "I don't know."
See, I really like to see the face of the person I'm talking to.
I hate it. Feels so awkward. I gotta hold my phone here, and like I gotta position it so I don't look like a fucking jack off. I can't stand the.
I don't know why. I just feel like nothing that conveys properly without expression.
Yeah, but it's just awkward. Like I had to hold my phone here. Like
it's weird. It's what you're doing right now, though. And you're saying,
you could just. Well, to be fair, yeah, and a lot of my phone calls.
No, because I gotta do this. I gotta do this. It feels weird.
I do my WhatsApp calls from here, so I'm just sitting like this.
Yeah, I could do that.
So that's cool. That's what you should do. Like, well, we do it anyway with the podcast. But that's what if I'm going to call someone, I try to do that and then have a catch up.
All right. Okay, we'll do like one or two more, and we'll go. Would Chris Bump says recent Olympia form have won the Chicago Pro Open division? I believe so.
I can't. I don't know.
I think Chris Bumstead's Olympia look would win a few Open pros. Don't forget what one it was. There's
this isn't
a lot of shows he would have won.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, quite rightly so.
I don't think. Listen, he doesn't have the thickness, obviously, of any open bodybuilder that's won a show this year, but he has absolutely incredible structure, and it's actually big structure. Like, he's not a small person. He's actually structurally big. He's in extremely good condition, and he's got no weak points. And he poses in a way that creates such an illusion of his physique that it would be hard to discount him.
And I wouldn't mind betting if he was to jump into an open show, say 2-3 weeks out from an Olympia, not having to make his weight cap, he'd probably look even better.
Yeah.
On an open stage.
Seriously, he's got legit muscle. That guy's getting, he trains legs with like people like Brett who trains hard. You know what I mean? Like,
he's
the guy hangs in there.
6 plates aside. He's squatting 5, 6 plates aside. He's a strong bastard. There's no fucking two ways
James,
about it.
James, what do you think? Do you think he could win any open shows that have?
Yeah, quite a few. Probably a good 40% of them, 50% of them, maybe even more.
Yeah.
You got to think his side leg condition, like that side leg last year. I remember looking at his legs in particular, and the way they had just taken a leap forward in detail. I was just like, "Fuck."
Well, if you think about it, a lot of the shows, aside from Ian, or I don't know if there's any I'm forgetting, but aside from Ian's show, most of the shows have been won by smaller guys. And I don't want to. I don't mean small guys. I just mean like their weight is probably less. They're not like overly massive guys.
Yeah, Chris would have been heavier than, say, Ross, right?
Yeah.
On stage.
Yeah.
For instance, I'm not saying he would have beat Ross. I'm just saying.
Well, because I think Ross said he was in the 230s. I think Tonio was 220s or 230s, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and Justin was 220s.
Justin was 220s.
Yeah. So, everyone's been quite light this year, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, aside from Ian's show, that's really the biggest guy that we've seen win a show this year.
Ian and
Roman, on the stage. Hassan, Ian, Roman,
like
all heavier.
You had Crizo,
Andrea,
Roman.
Crizo, yeah.
Those boys are
I'm talking about the American shows. You're right. The European shows are some bigger, heavier guys. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the way Chris presents himself and his physique and his symmetry and his muscularity and his overall structure, if he got on any stage anywhere, like if he did the Olympia Open,
yeah, he's doing well.
I wouldn't be shocked if he was top 12.
Yeah.
Top 10. Like,
I would say top 10. I would say top 10.
I'd have to see him next. I'd have to see him next to
thicker. It would be just an interesting comparison, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't shock me, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying he would, but it wouldn't shock me.
You can't count him out.
Yeah. He's just.
Oh, okay. Well, I go back to that point. If he wasn't making weight, then for sure he's in the top 10.
I really hope before he retires, we all get to see him do some open shows.
I don't think he'll even bother.
I think he will. I think once he's, and like Ian said if he ever does, because I asked him like, hey, get him to do Detroit. And I was just joking around. But Ian says if he does, imagine that, Ian and Chris on the same stage. No, but he said that if he ever does do something like that, it'd probably be around the Olympia or around an Arnold if he does an Arnold.
Yeah.
That way
the 212 guys used to do some of the open ones after the Olympia.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if he decided to do his open debut at the Arnold and won it?
Imagine that.
I don't think he can beat the top guys. I'm not going to give him that much. Like,
I think there's 6 people that he could have real trouble with.
There's size still matters. Like I don't know if he can beat guys who are 250 and up.
Yeah, but say he was 250 because he wasn't sucking down. So I'm sure at 2 weeks out, he's probably his best look.
But then again, he's 250 at like 6 foot versus a 250 at 5'9".
Yeah, but also part of his appeal is that he's so conditioned and so crisp.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. Okay, we'll do one more. What are we doing here? How many? No. What expectations has Jim or Tyler Mannion giving you for your Detroit show, if any at all? They haven't. There isn't really any expectations from the IFBB. Obviously, they're not going to give a show to somebody who has no experience. They're not going to give a show to somebody who has a bad track record promoting shows. but they haven't like said to us, you have to have this kind of venue, or you have to have this kind of lighting, or you have to. So there hasn't really been any expectations. They just said they kind of like award you a show.
Yeah.
They expect you to do your best, and then they're kind of like,
See
good
from
luck. Because
Yeah,
Tyler awarded us the show, and then I had a conversation with Jim Mannion, and he's basically said, good luck. Michigan's a little bit harder state
yeah.
to get going.
Yeah.
So I wish you guys luck. That's pretty much all they said. But I don't think they give pro shows to just anybody. I think you have to have some kind of track record and history.
I did have women today asking me, you could have any women categories.
We're batting around some ideas. We want to make sure the open men are taken care of so well.
Yeah.
That we have to make sure that is taken care of before we add any other classes.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But if we do, like we've talked about classic, we've talked about wellness, we've talked about fitness. We don't know, but for now we're going to stick to one class and make sure we do it right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's just it's quite nice because the pros, like the British pro women, they're nice because they know we're on here.
Yeah.
They love what you do, so they would come to someone like me and they're like, just like, let him know this is us. We would love to, if eventually his show has these categories, we'd love to do it, kind of thing. So it's just a good way. It's going
to end up needing to be a 2-day show, but we are limited also on that one day as well, right?
Yeah. Well, like I say, just from a positive standpoint, it's people love you guys, and definitely would be up to do your show if eventually it's in a position where it does have those categories as well. Which is positive. We
want to grow it as we go. Okay, last question, and I don't even know what this means, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Date a hot girl but be attracted to men, or date a hot man but be attracted to women?
That makes no sense, because then you're not attracted to who you're dating.
Yeah, it sucks. That's both ways suck for you.
Yeah, Shane. That sucks.
I'm just going to date the fella and then be attracted to women. Then after
is this the same knob that said the British breakfast sucked?
It probably is. Sounds like it.
It probably is. If Paul gets kidnapped by a Mexican cartel,
who's saving him?
Who from the crew is leading the rescue mission, or do you leave him to die and watch his execution on gore sites?
Who looks the most Mexican? Who could probably get away with pretending to infiltrate the Mexican border?
I think I look the most Mexican.
There you go. So we put you in. We send you in the sombrero.
You look the most Mexican?
You don't think so?
We whack the sombrero on top.
Who looks the most Mexican? I'm brown, at least. Like, I kind of cover.
You just need a couple of maracas and a
Who looks the most Mexican? If I just have a mustache, I could probably pass.
Yeah, you're right, because Ian's not getting across. He's so white. James
Ian,
so
think about it. Ian, Mike. Fucking who the fuck's in
Mike? No, Mike. I'd say Mike over all day long.
I'll send Mike.
He doesn't look the most Mexican, but he's got the best chance of coming back alive.
Yeah, and he probably has like Mexican guys in his crew that can go with him.
Mike.
Yeah. Mexicos.
Yeah, Mike will go save Paul. Plus, Mike.
Listen, I think I could do a good job. I feel like I get on with everybody. I think I can cross the Mexican border easily.
You just get along with them.
Yeah, I just get along. I'll just be like, "Hi guys," and then they'll be like, "Oh, we'll show you Mexico," and I'll be like, "Thank you."
They'd be friends with you. That's what would. Yeah.
Like, hey.
Yeah, and then I say, "We're friends now. I've noticed that you have one of my friends in captivity. Would you mind releasing him?" And they would be like, "Yeah, no problem, James, because we're all friends."
That just like that easy.
Just like that. Yep.
I'm going to send Mike to go over and cause some problems.
Send him, Mike. They're going to.
You're going for the aggressive route. I'm thinking
they're going to kill. They're going to kill James on sight.
James ain't coming back.
I am the person you send in to divulge.
James and Paul are going to end up on those gore sites with their heads cut off for sure.
Yeah.
You don't know me. You don't know my skills.
James, watch this. I've got it handled, boys. Next thing he's like, shit, help.
Send in the forces.
No, man, you're right. Because the other thing is, Mike has like a major affinity for Paul. Like he will kill everybody to find Paul. I don't know why.
Like a movie. It does sound like we got a movie making here.
I think it is.
It's like the one that's a Sylvester Stallone film where he goes across the border and saves that girl.
It just sounded like you read the blurb. Like Mike's got an affinity for Paul. He would kill anybody to get to Paul. That's it. That's the blurb on the back of the film, and you just leave that and let everyone else guess.
You do it in your voice.
Oh, I don't even remember the words now.
The movie voice.
Paul, Mike has an affinity for Paul. He'll kill.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be in that. No, it shouldn't be in that voice. Sorry, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't.
No, I know. It
sound like it should be.
No, it would. Do it. Watch.
The trailer.
The trailer. Mike has an affinity for Paul. Paul is. What's it? Paul's what? I can't remember. No, don't worry.
Start over. Mike has an affinity for Paul. He will kill anyone to get to him.
Mike has an affinity for Paul. He would do anything to get to Paul. he will kill anybody to get to him. I don't know, something like that you could say. I don't know, some shit like that.
Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next
I think going all chatty though.
Bye, guys. That's it.
Bye, guys. I need a piss. I'm getting out of here. Gotta go and train.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.